What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Comps and Crypto, your source for everything collectible. We are here with Up Crypto. What is up, buddy?
What's up, fellas?
Yeah.
How are you? How we doing? How we doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. I'm excited for today's episode, guys. We are going to do a segment that we haven't done in a while called Cocktails and Collectibles. Think of it as happy hour meets show and tell, where we talk about some of our collectibles and have cocktails along the way. Cheers, boys. Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah, excited to do this one. Yeah, it's been probably like 2 years since we've done this.
It's been a hot minute. It's been a
long time. So yeah,
we're been 2 years since I've had a drink.
Nice for us.
Well, this is fun, guys. Yeah, I'm really excited to talk a lot about the tokens today. As everybody knows, we launched yesterday, and it's been an absolute blast, incredibly supportive. It's been an absolute incredible journey for the past 24 hours, and we're looking to continue that. But first, we want to make sure everyone knows that today we are giving away $1,000 in Soul. Yes. $1,000. We have actually, if you guys want to break down the process of how we're going to give that away.
Yeah, sure. So we're going to be giving this Solana away to holders of our token. You have to be a holder in order to be eligible to enter. All you have to own is at least one of our token. So, you can get in at a very small level. We wanted to make sure it was at least one, so that the dust wallets that have already sold and got out, don't get a chance on this one. You got to be a real holder. But yeah, basically set up a little application, and I'll share my screen real quick, just to show it. Where is it? There we go. Sean, can you see that?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, cool. So basically build a little HTML application that takes in all the addresses and all the token balances that we can pull directly from SoulScan over here, put them in here, and then doing a little bit of weighting with square root function, so that it's weighted in a way that small accounts can still win, but bigger accounts have a higher chance of winning and essentially have more tickets. However, we're capping it at 1,000 so that nobody has a totally outweighted, a chance to win. At least when we were running it before, based on the number of holders we had before, which was right around 500. The max odds you could have is 0.378% for holding. So you have much better odds for being a bigger holder, but you still can have odds and still do have a chance as a smaller holder. So yeah, that's basically how it works, and so that's why we structured it that way. And excited to do more giveaways like this in the future.
Yeah, not exactly the sexiest feature, but it gets the job done.
It's transparent. It works, man. That's awesome.
Exactly.
Thank you, ChatGPT, for helping me.
Thank you, ChatGPT.
ChatGPT is your friend.
So as mentioned, we're going to be doing that live. We're going to be doing that live halfway through, probably around halfway through the episode. So just hang with us, and you'll find out live who wins $1,000 in Soul. And we're going to send it right after the episode. Or maybe during. I don't know yet. We haven't decided.
Might even send it during. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. So remember, the more, if you have up to, what was it, Spencer? What was the number again? How many max tickets can you have?
It's basically 1,000. The number of that doesn't really matter. That's just kind of the math in the background.
Okay. Yeah.
You don't have to worry about that. But it's basically, the point is that you're capped out at how good your odds can be. Otherwise, some people would have totally outsized odds compared to everybody, and it wouldn't be totally fair for everyone. So it gives the people with a bigger balance a bump, but without it being like too crazy.
And you guys did a giveaway just to test this out earlier, didn't you? And you already sent the Soul and everything.
Yeah, we did a giveaway earlier today. So we went ahead and posted that earlier. So yeah, we were kind of just testing out the system, make sure it worked, and figured, why not throw out $100 to a member of our community who's supported us and has held on, just to make sure it all works right, and we got it all locked down. So yeah, it's exciting. Real quick, I'm going to try to pull over comments that I see from Pump Fund, just because we're not getting them in our feed in StreamYard. So I'll just post them on my side and then bring them up. But let me see. So
I've got Pump Fund pulled up as well. I'm going to watch in case.
So IH8 Cryptoin said he's in for, or I think it's IH8 Crypto said he's in for the giveaway. So appreciate that you guys are here for the giveaway, but I just want to let you know, this won't be the last giveaway. So, don't just sell your coins right after the giveaway has ended if you're not the winner. We definitely have more stuff in store for token holders, and a lot of really cool stuff that we're going to talk about a little bit later today. A lot of announcements. We've been very, very hard at work over the last 24 hours since the last stream and since everything went kind of crazy to figure out the best way to reward you guys for being involved in our community and being token holders. So we're going to obviously get into that stuff, but I'll let Sean continue on with whatever he's got here.
Yeah, so we mentioned this earlier. We wanted to test out the giveaway system, and it worked. Fantastic. And we gave away $100 in SOL unannounced. We just decided to test it out and gave it away. You can go to our Twitter account and you actually see the transactions down here, I think, in the comments. But yeah, really excited. Whoever ended up getting that, if you recognize this contract, you just got $100 for free. Just for having our token. That's just for having our token.
Granison, I want to point out, for the giveaway that we're doing today, we're not actually giving away our token. We're giving away $1,000 in Solana. So this is something that has hard, stable value, somewhat stable value today. Not our token, which is going to fluctuate and which we hope will go up in value. But we're actually giving away Solana today, not our token. So that's just something to point out.
And also, I want to make sure everyone out there knows that there was apparently a Telegram group that started. It's not us.
Yeah, we didn't start this one. So
no.
I opened it and it looked like there was a bot in there that was asking for information or something like that. So it seems very sketchy. Please don't interact with it. If and when we eventually release a Telegram group, we will announce it in one of our official channels. But we do not have a group. So please be careful. If anybody notices anything like this, definitely let us know so that we can let the community know as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Guys, if I win this, I am going to do a $1,000 buy.
Hey.
$1,000 buy. I will take all that SOL and put it into the token.
Okay,
yeah.
I know what you guys have coming down the pipe, so I will be more than happy to put it into the token.
Let's go. That's awesome, Jason. Thank you. And then everyone out there, tomorrow we have at 2 p.m. PST, we're going to have a question and hang episode. We're going to go over a lot of big sales that have happened in the collectible space. We're going to be giving away a Fanable mystery case. We're going to be giving away a VV digital collectible, and then maybe some other surprises along the way. We're going to be talking about VV's collaboration with Whatnot, and also DesignerCon Hong Kong that's coming up soon. Really exciting stuff that's involving the digital space. So we're going to talk about all that tomorrow on our question hang episode, where of course you can also ask questions about collectibles. If you want to ask us questions, come on live and ask away. We'd love to answer them.
Yeah. Also today, if you have any questions, feel free to let them have it, and we'll see if we can answer them.
Yeah.
We got a real smart guy with us today. Jason knows a lot. So especially if you guys have any questions about specific video games, he is your guy.
Yeah. I mean, for context, guys, Jason introduced us into the video game market, the sealed media market in general.
Sealed media in general, which led us to Betamax and VHS.
And that was kind of a long time ago too.
That was a long time ago, man.
But,
gosh.
Speaking of which, as actually perfect timing, I actually got a box in. Some stuff. I figured I'd open it live with you guys.
Probably don't even remember what it is. Too,
I don't really remember what it is.
You're like, what did I buy? I know.
But
I have to label all the boxes too, because there's so many I don't even open them anymore. And then like 6 months or a year goes by, I'm like, oh man, what the hell? And it's like it's hard to keep up with all of it.
Before we do that, though, Spencer, should we talk about the token a little bit?
Let's talk about a little thing.
And we'll circle back again later before we do the giveaway.
Yes, but Zetsu, what's good? I see your comment here. Let's get into a little bit. So. Here I had a little cheat sheet of some things that I wanted to talk about. So let me
guys, I'm gonna brag on you too. So
okay. So I mean, I guess to go over, some of the things we've already accomplished since we launched. So one of the things we did yesterday, we locked our liquidity. So I think we had close to 5% of the token supply, which we locked for 2 years. So hopefully that shows our conviction in the project and that, we're not going anywhere. We plan to see this thing through. And so we have liquidity locked. We have Dex tools and Dex screener all set up. Today applied for CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko listings. We did a token buyback yesterday of $1,000 of our token at 100,000 market cap. That's something that, we're going to be using for basically, treasury to be able to fund future giveaways and, to be able to just do cool things with for the community. Like we talked about, we did a surprise $100 giveaway. And then we have this next giveaway coming up today for $1,000 in Sol. We are planning to continue to use creator funds to fund future giveaways. So hopefully you guys are able to continue to support us and we're able to continue to earn so that we're able to continue to give back to you guys. But outside of that, we have a bunch of different things that we want to accomplish with this token. And I think kind of high level, big picture, really the goal of this is for it to be kind of like I guess like a rewards token or a community token, or maybe like a membership token is the best way to put it. But it's a way to give you, kind of exclusive access, early access, discounts, but really just allows you to access the collecting hobby in a new way. So our plans are to go out, and we've already started having some conversations with a few of our partners and getting that all set up, but trying to get basically partnerships established with different players within the collectible hobby to offer you guys, our holders, really cool things. So, discounts on services, discounts on marketplaces and stores for buying collectibles, maybe reduced trading fees, just partnerships on giveaways. I mean, we want to basically just make this thing as action-packed and as loaded as we can. We're just going to be finding as many partners as we can to bring into the ecosystem and give as much value to you guys as the holders, and really have this be a way to be kind of like a premium way to enjoy the collecting hobby. That is our goal for it. So like I said, we're in talks with a couple companies, figuring out right now the token gating. Looking at like guild.xyz right now is the main one that I'm looking at. If anybody has any ideas for other ones that you think are good ideas, but something for token gating so that we can put things like discount codes or promotional offers where you get free credit on platforms and things like that behind a token gated wall so that only our holders are able to get access to it. Working on things like that right now. We want to do a bunch of stuff. Don't want to make any, promises on certain things right now. But we have ideas. And so, some of the ideas that we've been coming up with that we want to try to implement are, ways for you guys to get like more exclusive access to us as token holders. So, things like private one-on-one conversations so that you can kind of get the scoop on things on collecting, get your questions answered. Even, private chats or like smaller private chats for, bigger holders. For them to kind of, share alpha in the collecting space, things like that. Because we definitely want to create a community around information sharing and making sure that, people are rewarded for being involved in the community. Eventually we want to release some NFTs. We had an NFT project that we worked on with our buddy Kevin, which is something we want to bring up, I think in a bit now anyway. But eventually we want to launch that. Sean, maybe do you want to talk about, I guess, what some of the things we want to do around Kevin, and I guess for the people who are new here and aren't familiar, who and what Kevin represented and all that.
Yeah, Kevin, somebody I've known I knew for over 15, 20 years, and we're filmmakers out in the Bay Area, and us three started this content channel together. And Kevin, about 6 months ago, passed away unexpectedly. And it's been very, very hard for us, but we really want to figure out a way to honor his memory. And we think this token could be a really great way to do that, to make that happen. And doing so, we were thinking about possibly getting involved with some nonprofits. We're kind of brainstorming it internally, but that's something else that really...
a portion of the creator fees basically go towards a nonprofit or a charity in Kevin's honor. Yeah.
All right, guys, it's my turn. I'm going to brag on you guys because you can't say stuff and I can. First of all, I'm going to talk straight up to your crypto folks because I know you probably have a ton of crypto folks that are watching this, and I'm not affiliated with the team at all. These guys are friends of mine. I've known them for years. We do talk about all kinds of cool collectible stuff, but I'm going to take off my collectible nerd hat and I'm going to put on my sales hat right now. So these guys are being super humble. I don't know if you guys have have gone through their old stuff, but if they're connected to pretty much anybody and everybody in the collectible industry. We're talking about all the grading companies. They know the owners. They go directly to them. These guys hit all the cons. They're at all the shows. They do all the media there. If you need to get to PSA, or if you need to get to VGA or WADA or CGC, these are your guys. Go look at the past guests. These guys don't mess. Look, they asked me if I wanted to come on the show today and do this podcast, and I told Sean, I was like, Sean, you got to have a banger guest on here today because I'm boring. Like, I'm not that exciting. You have so many banger guests in your ecosystem. Like the pump.
Speaking of being humble.
Yeah, I don't want the pump fun. I don't want the pump fun guys to be like, wah 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 wah. Who's this guy? But these guys you're going to see some just unbelievable guests on this podcast. People that everybody knows who they are. And so when Spencer and Sean talk about like the roadmap going forward and these and what you're going to be able to do with the token, do these guys know who Todd McFarlane is? They absolutely do. Like we've been to his parties, his events. These guys are connected to the VV crew, knows them personally. These guys are connected to a lot of if you're a digital asset. And especially in like a high IP asset like Candy, like VV, who are some other big ones out there. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but these guys are connected to all those folks, and so this is going to be something that they're going to be able to kind of work in their ecosystem, and I definitely recommend. Being part of that. This is definitely a long-term thing. And also these guys are hard workers. Like, they didn't even have a show scheduled today and they already have podcasts that they're doing constantly. And quite frankly, they're doing it for you guys because they see the value in, bringing as much content. And so these guys are grinders. They're going to work. They're going to be on here every day. And it's super important because like on Pump Fun, when you're streaming on Pump Fun, the reality of it is like almost 100% of what's on Pump Fun is a pump and dump, and people will stream and they'll be gone the next day and that's it. Whereas these guys are this is what they do for a living. And so they're excited to, kind of build this ecosystem up. And I have a lot of connections too. And I will 100% be introducing as many folks to collect, and bring eyeballs to the table as I possibly can as well from a business perspective. So these guys are the real deal.
Thank you, Jason.
All right, that's all I got.
What a guy.
We're really excited to go on this journey. It's going to be incredible. And and just, we're going to work out the details internally before we make any public announcements. But
Omar just texted me and says if he wins, he's going to buy $1,000. He's going to use it to buy the 1,000 also in your token.
Oh. Amazing.
Oh, yeah.
So we're gonna transition back to
real quick though, Sean. I do want to give some love to the chat over on Pump Fun. So I'm like copy paste some of these comments over just so that people are seeing stuff.
Somebody said invite Golden. Oh, dude, that's nothing for you guys.
We got some connections to Goldens.
We've had Golden auctions on our
we've had them on the channel.
Yeah, see, these guys, they don't know you yet. They don't know you. Like that's easy for you guys.
I got to figure out how to paste these better. But the username is Doctor. So what up, Doctor, over on Pump Fun? But can you guys give away some sports cards in the future? That is definitely something that we can do. Something we've done in the past. So for future streams, we'll definitely be doing stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we probably should. I might be doing that pretty soon, especially with Fanable, being able to give away cards on Fanable. Big shout to our sponsor, Fanable. Let me pull Fanable up real quick.
So Grandison, will the ticker be collect? So it's COLLECT is the full word collect. It's already released. If you go to our Twitter account, you'll see the contact address and you'll be able to see links to the token. So that the token was fully released yesterday, basically. So yeah, it is already online. What's good, Gilly? Good to see you again. Appreciate your help yesterday, man. That was a big help getting us all the stuff we need, all the main infrastructure.
Yeah, appreciate you.
What up, Batman who laughs? What's good? Got a lot of people in the house today. But yeah, go ahead, Sean. I'll find some more some comments, and I'll bring them up periodically.
Okay, sounds good. I just want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Fanable. If you guys haven't checked out their kiosks yet, you got to check them out. It's absolutely incredible. So Fanable is a platform that allows you to store your physical graded collectibles in a Brinks vault. They use NFT technology to tie it to the physical that's stored in a Brinks vault. So essentially, think of it like your collectibles stored in a bank vault, and you actually have access to it at all times using the NFT technology. The NFT is always tied to the physical, and then so when you sell it, when you trade it, or if you just store it in your own profile, you have the NFT that's tied to the physical and stored in a Brinks vault. When you redeem it, or if you sell it and somebody else redeems it, they burn the NFT and send it to you directly. So what they started to do recently is this kiosk, which is absolutely bananas. This kiosk has 3 different categories: sidekick, hero, and legendary. You see the different prices reflect the different grails that you can get. So for example, the sidekick, $49. You can get a grail worth up to $750 with some other additional grails, $581, $535. Really big banger comics. And then you have the hero, $99. You can get a comic worth up to $2,700. And then you have a few worth $700. And then the big one, $250 for the case. You can get a comic worth up to $10,000. This is the first appearance of Iron Man, Tales of Suspense 39. CGC graded 4.5. This comic is sold in its highest grade, about $1 million in its highest grade. Absolute banger. What's amazing too is that when you buy these packs, you're immediately given 50% back minimum of your pack value. So you pay $250, you're guaranteed to get an offer, whatever the comic is, of at least $125. However, if the comic is worth more, you'll receive 90% fair market value instant buyback offer. So that means if you land this $10,000 first appearance Iron Man comic, you'll receive an immediate offer from Fanable for $9,000. Mm-hmm. We knew somebody that actually got a Amazing Fantasy 15 worth $20,000. They turned $250 into $20,000, guys. Absolutely insane. Insane.
Well, I think technically it was $1,000. He bought 4 packs, but yeah.
Oh, right, sure. Okay, well, I mean, yeah. But if you go pack for pack, that specific pack was $250, turned it into.
Yeah, but that specific pack was $250, and yes.
Thanks, Spencer. But yeah, it's absolute blast, guys, and you have the opportunity to get some really amazing comics in here. So definitely check out Fanable. There is no sign-up code yet, so we don't have a way to give you any extra vote.
We're working on some cool stuff for holders with Fanable. So keep an ear out for that.
Yeah, definitely.
That's actually cool. A great idea. Holders only one.
Oh, nice. His friend won the $100 today.
Yo, nice. No way. That's amazing.
Yes, your friend.
I was curious if we were going to find out if we're going to.
Yeah, it's hard to know when you just send it out to an address, you know?
Yeah. That's also the thing, too, is when we do this giveaway today, it's just going to be a bunch of numbers and letters. But
yeah. Well, tell them, if you go on 13, tell them to come join us today.
Yeah, tell him to come join us and comment in our stream, at least on Twitter, at least if he has a chance, or her. We'd love to talk to them about it. That's so cool, really, really awesome. So yeah, guys. So cocktails and collectibles. So again, this episode is a segment that we used to do in the past, and we're going to bring it back. It's called Cocktails and Collectibles. Think of it like Happy Hour meets Show and Tell. We talk about some of our favorite collectibles in our collection, and we talk about their history. And we have a cocktail. All right, so who's up first? Actually, so for context, I got a box today. I don't know. This is delivered today, so I'm gonna open this. In the meantime, if you guys want to start, Jason, we'll see your first collectible. What do you got for us?
Okay. Since you guys do a lot of like VHS stuff, I think I'll do something a little peripheral to that.
I actually don't have a single VHS today, actually, that I picked up.
I
No,
thought you guys
I
were
figured
gonna
I was
roll
gonna
out the.
wait for a stream with a VHS guy to bring some of those out. You know.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good call. So I have a couple things that I really really like. I think and I've actually seen like a lot of the laser discs are starting to really appreciate. The thing about laser discs is that laser discs were unbelievably expensive back in the day. Like some of these laser discs were 80, 90, $100 like back in the 80s or 90s.
Big time.
And so, you know, a lot of people weren't able to afford Laserdisc because the Laserdisc players were, you know, obscenely priced back then. But the one thing I love about the Laserdiscs is that the artwork covers are really, really amazing. So this is one of my favorite older movies. It's The Princess Bride, and this is a factory sealed Laserdisc. And they're this, you know, these laser discs are the
cool.
same size as a record album. But the cool thing about these laser discs,
You have that framed or no.
yeah, I have this one like sealed in a frame.
Cool, nice.
So I've got this one on the wall. But that's the cool thing about the laser discs is, you know, really cool artwork. They're big, so they're, you know, you can use them as decor.
Yeah.
And I think that, and there's definitely a lot of iconic ones, but if you, and you guys know, like a lot of the factory sealed laser discs are, you know, starting to go for crazy, you know, crazy dollars. And then any of these that are now starting to get graded. And you can still find, the cool thing is you can still find factory sealed laser discs at, you know, relatively reasonable prices.
Yeah.
Relatively reasonable prices.
They
They are starting to accelerate a lot, though, a lot.
Mhm.
So whereas something like this, you know, I've had this laser disc for a while now, and this might have been something that I picked up for like $2-3 way back in the day, and I don't know what the exact value on a sealed one of these are, but I would say this one's probably a couple $100 if you can find one sealed. They're tough to find sealed, and then who knows what the premium would be on a high grade. But I'm going to segment two together because they're kind of similar. So this right here is,
Yeah,
I also have this one on the wall too.
Yeah.
So this is a 1977 factory sealed double LP. This is the soundtrack for Star Wars. And this is specifically the 2T541. So this is a first. I don't want to say it's a first pressing because the only way you'll know if it's a first pressing is by actually looking at the dead wax inside the album. And this is factory sealed. I'm trying to get the glare away, but this is a factory sealed one. And these things actually have started to accelerate quite a lot in price. And especially with grading. So I really need to send this one in to get graded. Because these are, this is probably the nicest one I've ever seen, ungraded. And so I've come across a few of these over the years, and the way that I built my collection over the years is probably the same way a lot of people do. Is, you get like one, and then you find one that's in better condition, and then you sell the other one, or you trade it, or whatever. You just keep trading up for literally the best thing you possibly can get.
Exactly.
But it's cool. This has the original price tag, and you can see it was released for $9.99. Back in,
and that was probably a discounted number because they're probably back what, 82. Is that what the
no, this one actually was a 77 store release.
Oh,
so this one was this one actually was released in 1977.
What?
So yeah, this is a first edition. This would be a first release. But we don't know how early we don't know if it's like a first pressing, second pressing, third, etc.
Oh, that's vinyl. That's vinyl, right?
It's a vinyl. Let me
pull out vinyl. Okay, got it.
Vinyl record album. Let me pull it. Hold on, and I'll pull it out of its frame because I want you guys to see the back cover, because I should display the back cover because the back cover is like ridiculous. But you can.
Yeah, that's so cool.
You can see all the information. 1977.
Dude, that's amazing.
And this thing is so the challenge with these. Look how shiny this is.
Yep.
And the dorks can tell you if it's authentic factory sealed. It is. It's definitely an authentic factory seal. But the challenge with a lot of these records, even if they're factory sealed, is that you get a lot of they start forming the circles, even if they're nicely factory sealed from wear and tear over the years. And this one has almost minimal, especially the double LPs. So I need to send this one off and get graded, because then I can display it with both sides. I mean,
yeah, and then also just know that it's not going to get ruined.
It's not going to get ruined. Yeah, because these.
Peace of mind.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what the grading scale would be like, but I feel like this one would get a really high grade, which would put it kind of in a premium price.
Oh, so. Absolutely. And those sealed, especially vinyls from 1977 for Star Wars, my goodness. Yeah. Vinyls especially, guys, are crushing it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think one of the highest sales for vinyl was probably, it was a demo from Eminem, one of his first vinyls, for one of his first records that was released. And it was actually owned by his manager. Mm-hmm. And he had it in his collection for years. Eminem signed it, got it graded, and they sold it on Golden Auctions for $70,000.
70,000, but yeah, I think all the proceeds went to charity, which was really cool.
And most of the proceeds
maybe not all of them, but most of them went to charity. Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah.
Awesome.
So, I mean, especially when it comes to Star Wars, I don't think there's anything bigger when it comes to like sealed media. Star Wars is probably the biggest banger, proven in the VHS market with the highest sale of $114,000 for a Star Wars tape. Absolutely insane.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's funny, when we all started talking about it, those prices, that was previous to those prices. We didn't see those prices yet. So it's cool where our conversations kind of were, and then we saw what happened.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. You opened our eyes to sealed media. Mm-hmm. We really didn't think much about it until you came into the picture, Jason. And
well, you guys took it to just another crazy level, though. I mean, you guys have taken it to levels beyond even where I was, Well, I hope you show some of your signed pieces, just the sealed stuff, and going around to the Comic Cons.
I got a signed piece. That's one of my items for today.
It's ridiculous.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing those items, Jason. Those are awesome.
I'm actually going to pull up that Eminem vinyl sale. So in the meantime, Spencer, if you want
while you do that, I was going to pull up. So this was a comment from Pump Fun from KOL. Formatted much better this time. So choose winners from here also. So yeah, it's from clarification on the giveaway that we're doing today for the $1,000 in Soul. We are giving that away to a holder of our token. So it doesn't matter whether you're watching us on Pump Fun or on Twitter or on YouTube. No matter where you're watching, you don't even have to necessarily be here when the winner is chosen. We're just going to choose the winner live at the end of our stream. But all you have to do is hold our token, and then that's how you're eligible. But yeah, you have to hold a minimum of one token. So yeah, as long as you hold at least one, you're eligible to win. And then the more you hold, basically scales and increases your chances up. With a little bit of a cap. So basically you do have an increased chance of winning the more you hold, but anybody has a chance for just holding at least one token. So just wanted to clarify that really quick. Cool. Thanks for that comment. And then I also wanted to real quick. So there's a lot of comments today. What up, Raven? Appreciate you. Thank you for supporting them. Thank you.
Raven, that's awesome. Thank you.
And then Jay-Z, plans for Fanable to accept crypto payments. So we are sponsored by Fanable, but we are not on the Fanable team, so we cannot give a yes or no on that. I speculate that there's a very good chance that they eventually will. But if you come back again tomorrow, we'll have Sergio, who is the head of or director of the company. He'll be able to answer those questions tomorrow on our stream. So come back tomorrow, and we will try to also remember to ask him as well in case you're not here. And real quick, another one. What's up, Nanazki? 1.9 million collect. I've seen Comics Crypto since the trust, so full trust. Thank you, man. Long time supporter. Appreciate you. All right, Sean, you can talk about it now.
Thank you for doing that. Yeah, so this is a charity auction. It was, I think, a portion of the proceeds went to charity. But this is the vinyl that was referring to. It sold for $62,400. And as you can see here, there's actually a video of it as well of Eminem signing this. It's really cool. But yeah, there's only 250 of these produced, and this is like the very beginning of Eminem's career. It's absolutely incredible. And this, of course, was sold on Golden Auctions, which is absolutely wild. Yeah. And then the Star Wars VHS tape, we actually mentioned that earlier. We'll just pull that up really quick because that tape was a stunner when that sold. We really got some stuff, some VHS up already. I want to check that market out.
Oh, I wonder who those are. I know who owns those.
Oh, wait, are those yours?
No, you know who owns these. He has an exclusive agreement to sell them.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
You know who owns these.
Yeah. So this sold for $114,000 back in 2022. There are less than 10 known sealed copies of this tape in existence. This is a true first print tape. You see in the bottom left corner here, it has that red VHS slab right here because there's one that we showed yesterday. It does not have that. It's closed off. That's essentially the second
print. Yeah.
Yeah. But there's less than 10 known sealed in this copy today. We fully expect more to pop up over time. But even then, the demand for these will be so ridiculous, guys. Because keep in mind that Jason brought up earlier, perfectly said, this is a tape that was extremely expensive. I think over $100 this tape cost. $100. Yeah.
Which,
crazy.
Yeah.
Back in 1982.
Yeah, and inflation adjusted, probably we're looking at like $300 probably today.
At least $300 or $400. Yeah, $300 or $400. Yeah, especially today. I mean, even last year, it's probably gone up since then. But yeah, it's incredible. We're very bullish on the sealed media market, specifically because the world is going digital, and these are becoming relics of the past. You look at Blockbuster Video; it's become more popular now than it has in the past 15 years. There's pop-up bars for Blockbuster. The last Blockbuster in Oregon. I have sunglasses here somewhere. I visited with Kevin last year. It's a museum now where you can actually still rent from there. They're talking about bringing actual restaurants and bars, permanent establishments of Blockbuster brand. It's becoming nostalgic for people. It wasn't that so much nostalgic 10 years ago because it was, 10 years before that, 5 years before that, there was still Blockbusters, but they've been gone for over a decade.
These people are getting excited about it. Funny. Sorry, I was laughing. These chats. I was reading a couple of chats. They're funny. Somebody said Spencer's hairstyle today is very interesting. I like it. Ha ha
ha. Interesting, I guess, is a good thing. But he said he likes it, so yeah, we'll take that. That's a thumbs up. It's still wet. I just showered, so it'll start to look a little more voluminous as the stream goes on. It'll start to flip out. It still looks a little wet right now, but yeah, I gotta scrunch out the product. You guys are all seeing my process here live on stream.
You guys are really fully transparent.
Yes, we're very transparent.
That's awesome. Oh, Silence of the Lambs. I don't know if y'all have seen that movie. That is
that's a fun one.
Yeah. All right, Spencer, you're up.
Yeah, well, real quick, I'll bring up some other comments. So Gennaro here, this is who actually. Oh, it's just me.
Hello.
Okay.
That was me.
Gennaro here. This is who won our giveaway today. So we did a surprise $100 giveaway.
Let's go.
One of our holders today, and Gennaro was
awesome.
the winner. So congrats! Glad to have you here on the stream, and maybe you'll get lucky again. Who knows?
That's amazing. Congratulations. That's so awesome.
Yeah. And then there was another comment that I wanted to address. Where was it? So in regards to the giveaway, so on today's giveaway, it's not going to be picked by who's active on chat or anything like that. It's going to be based on token holder. It's kind of one of the easier ways for us to do it, and also we want to reward people who have supported us and who have gotten involved thus far. So that's the way we're doing it. Tomorrow we'll be picking giveaways a little differently. There'll be more engagement based. If you're paying attention on the stream, we'll ask a question, and then we'll pick winners that way. So we're going to be giving away things that are non-Solana based tomorrow. One of them is going to be one of these cases on Fanable, which is on the Epic chain, which is an L2 on Ethereum. It's not super easy for us to give those away to a token holder on Solana. So we got to figure out some other options to do that. And then the other one is going to be a VP collectible, which also is on IMX and kind of a Web 2.5 platform. So also not super easy to pick a holder based on Solana. So we're going to try to put together a third giveaway as well for members of the Pump Fund community who are joining us there, and who are engaging with us on Twitter and X, or X and YouTube. So we're going to make sure you guys are included too. But yeah, just a little bit of a preview. We're probably going to be doing most likely three different giveaways tomorrow. So yeah.
You guys are front and center on Pump Fund. You're on the first page on Pump Fund, so that's good. I saw somebody asking about boosting.
Yeah, how do we do
that? You guys are definitely going to boost on Deck Screener, Dex Tools. You guys will start cranking out Moby. Sean and Spencer have a very experienced crypto team kind of helping them behind the scenes. So all the stuff that the degens love, all the stuff that the big crypto holders love, they're going to be doing all the stuff, everything. So if you can think of it, the answer is yes, they're doing it.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know do you think, Jason, it's worth boosting I guess right now while we're live on stream, You
mean like Deck Screener and all that?
I don't know. Does Pump Fund itself have like a boost feature for the stream, or is it just through like Deck Screener and
I don't think Pump Fund. So the idea with Pump Fund, I don't think they have a boost per se. The goal is to be, kind of on the first page, which you guys already are. But yeah, I mean, you guys could do a boost on Deck Screener if you want. I mean, the degens are going to love the boost on Deck Screener.
Boost, right? It's pretty low impact, right? Yeah, $50, I think. Yeah, why not, Sean? I think that should be easy enough for you to do, right?
What's that?
Do the boost thing on Deck Screener.
I think we're trying to do.
Yeah, it's different than the main one that we were doing. Like, because I think what we're looking at is like the advertisement one. But if you go to our coin page, there's like a little boost button, and you can do like a smaller and boost for like a certain amount of time. So yeah, why don't you look into that? And then while you do that, I would
say if the market cap all of a sudden just got to like 100K, you'll do a bigger boost. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there.
I don't know. Let's try it and let's see how it does. But yeah. Let's see. Let's do one of my things, right? Let's pick a giveaway or pick an item to share. You did a double one, so I'll do a double one too, Jason. How do we make me big? There we go. Now I'm big. Okay, so I got two things here. So
your hair's already getting bigger too.
I know. It's because I scrunched it. Okay, so I got two things. I guess grading one of the items gave me the other item for free, so they are related. So I'm going to do both of them. So the first one, I've shared this recently, but I'm very excited about it because I just got this back. But yeah, so this is a Funko that I got signed by Kevin Eastman, who is one of the creators of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at Comic-Con in San Diego in July. We've gotten to meet him a bunch of times, and he's done some awesome signatures for us on a lot of our VHS tapes. We have, I don't know, Sean, how many first print signed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle tapes do we have? Like 20?
We got a lot.
We got a lot.
We're market cornered.
We got a lot of them, but anyway, yes, we're big fans of the Turtles and Kevin. But so this Funko was actually originally released as an NFT on the Wax blockchain through. Currently the platform is called drop.io, DROPPP.io. But I guess at the time it was a different platform name that was launching them. But essentially Funko has been for now years, probably 3 years now, has been doing digital first releases that then have redeemables for physical Funkos. So they've done stuff with Turtles, they've done Harry Potter, they've done like Scooby-Doo, they've done all sorts of IPs, really, really cool stuff. We've been excited, like Transformers. But yeah, so this was the first ever Funko that they released, though, as a digital. And so this was the grail of the whole pack. And so the way they release them is like they're digital card packs. And then the digital cards, basically if you own one of the really rare ones. So some of them, have a bunch of editions and weren't redeemable, but like this one was 999 editions. So very limited. And so this one, basically you received a redeemable token which then once you had that token, you could deposit it somewhere, and then they gave you the option to put in your shipping details, and they shipped you the Funko. So basically for owning the digital, they gave me the physical. I have this whole first set. I think there were 5 in this first original set. So I have all these. I also have the Shredder #1 mint digital, which I'm very proud of. We love our mint numbers.
We do.
You haven't heard us talk about that. You will hear us talk a lot about mint numbers, but I had the #1 mint for that one. But anyway, I've had this Funko for probably 3 years. I've had it in a somewhat protective case, but figured it was time to get it properly encapsulated and graded. So I got it signed by Kevin Eastman, and then I got a mint 9 grade on the actual Funko, and then the autograph got a 10 grade, which is huge.
10 grade. That's
10,
that's
and
huge.
the blue signature is just looks so clean on the box. And so that's the first one I have to present. Love this thing. I mean, these things, I think I haven't looked at a while, but at least probably last time I looked, these goes for like $800 or something like that on eBay, ungraded. This is the first one that I've seen graded. Sean's got a
and for context, this is the actual drop that happened over 3.5-4 years ago.
So that's what the digital cards are animated, and they're very cool looking.
So you had different variants of common, uncommon, the rare, epic, but the grail right here, the legendary, I think it was
I think for this first one it was just legendary and epic.
Okay.
Or sorry, just legendary and grail for this first
grail.
one. They'll change it for future ones.
Got it. But you had a 0.3% chance of landing this physical or landing this grail. You can still buy the digital on the Wax blockchain or on drop.io. And these are actually pretty affordable right now, but I'm very bullish on these as well, along with the physicals. But the way it worked was if you landed this, or if you held this collectible in your digital collectible in your account, then you would receive a token that you can redeem for the physical for free, which Spencer did.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I have a whole bunch of these Funkos. I have a whole bunch of them that are still sealed in their shipping boxes that at some point whenever I get around to it, we'll ship them into CGA to get them graded and get an uncirculated grade on them. So if you don't know what that is, so basically if you have a toy that is still in the original shipping packaging or manufacturer's box that has never been open, and you're able to prove that it's never been open, and you send it to a grading company, then it gets an uncirculated grade in addition to whatever the condition grade is, which is kind of just like an extra level of differentiation on the physical collectible, which adds a little bit of value.
Exactly. And there's only 999 of the Grail in both physical and digital format. There's probably even less in the physical format because I don't think everybody redeemed theirs in time. But the digital, man, after the physicals were redeemed, these digital ones sold for like $10, $20, and we were just swooping them up because we were still very bullish on the digital side as well. We think these digital collectibles are going to do fantastic. This is the first Funko NFT, the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles NFT, the first Nickelodeon NFT. It's just got all the check marks for a very significant piece long term. So definitely keep your eye on it, guys. I'm telling you, this is a pretty big one right here.
Yeah. And then so I guess my secondary collectible. So when I went in to take that in for grading at Comic-Con, PSA was doing something very cool, and they were giving out a couple free items for anybody who got something graded at the booth. I think until they ran out of them. So one of them was a comic book. That one, it had a cool Alex Ross cover, but I'm not going to pull that out. But I like this one, and more NFT vibes focused. But there are Pudgy Penguin trading cards. So they gave out these trading cards. Minces. This one's graded mint 9. These are promo cards, and we've been huge fans of everything Pudgy's been doing for a while. Unfortunately, somewhat priced out. But love the brand and love what they've done in both the physical and digital space, and the way that they've been able to keep their brand going, in the, even during the bear market, one of the few NFT companies that I think was able to stay relevant during that time. Big fan of Pudgy, and very proud to own this card. Look how cute that thing is. And I have a bunch of these little Pudgies. We got a different Comic-Con. They gave these away in little igloos, these little toys. So I got a whole bunch of these.
What are those selling for?
These?
The cards.
I haven't looked it up. I have no idea.
Those are the kind of things that they give out for free, and people are just going nuts over.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a great question.
The skin, the NFT skin that they were giving out is crushing it. The NFT
Oh,
skin
yeah, you
that,
were talking about
that
that.
they gave away at the San Diego Comic-Con for free is crushing it.
Yeah, totally
Wait,
missed that.
what?
No, I don't know how I missed it.
Wait,
The last time I looked, the floor was like $4,000.
and they're just giving these away for free.
It's like that card. They were just giving them away. You scan it at the Comic-Con. It was just the NFT skin for the game.
Oh my gosh.
So there's one on
remember we
eBay.
almost went to booth, Sean, and we were like, we don't want to wait in the line. We were tired. We've been walking around all day. Shit.
Somebody has yours online in a 10 for 175.
Okay.
There's actually, wow, I think that's the only one.
Yeah, there's a 9. There's a PSA 9 that currently has a bid for $70 on it. So
there's another 9 that sold for 75, but that's pretty good.
Nice.
You got it for free.
Thank you, PSA. Didn't even know that. Woo. We'll take that.
That's great.
Wow.
Actually, these might be a good idea to pick up a 10 if you can get one at a good price. This is actually a very good
Entry point. Sell the
a
9
promo card.
10 at a cheaper price. Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
It kind of reminds me of the Marvel Mint packs. So there was these packs that were sold at Comic-Con, and we always joked about this. There's so much going on at San Diego Comic-Con. There's so much noise that's just hard to wrap your head around anything that's happening because there's so much going on. And we always laugh about how we miss out on opportunities because there's just so much going on. So we passed by the Marvel booth, and I said, guarantee you they're selling something there right now that we should probably buy that we're going to regret later. And sure enough, there's these packs. They're called Marvel Mint. They're selling for $99 at the booth, and they're selling now in the aftermarket place for about $700 to $800. And this one sold for $780.
Damn.
Yep.
Yeah. So inside is one pack and then one card in a case. It's absolutely nuts.
Wow.
So it's kind of like I guess you can kind of compare it to maybe Flawless or National Treasures, the way the style of the packs. You open it up and it's just you have one pack inside there and one card. It's very, very, very condensed in terms of how much you get for the value. I mean, even $99 is very, very inexpensive compared to what you buy for packs today. It's absolutely insane. It's so crazy. But anyways, I thought that was a great story, Spencer. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Yeah. Pull up a couple of comments while we're here. If you see any comments on Pump Fund that are worth bringing up, Jason, you see, I'm trying to go back and forth, but it's a little tough. But yeah, so Edgar Silverman offer more money for the bounties. Yeah, the last one, I guess we mispriced a little bit. But
no, we didn't misprice it.
I don't know. Well, I mean, compared to where it sold and where we put it, technically speaking, we did. But whatever. But we don't have to get into that, Sean. That'll be a big debate that we'll talk about later. It
sold for $2,099.
Yes, and our bounty is for $2,000. So slightly mispriced. Whatever. But for those of you who are here now and I guess aren't familiar, we do bounties on comics and crypto for collectibles, mostly on VV digital collectibles. So collectibles that we enjoy, especially things that have very specific mint numbers, like publishing mint numbers. So like for Star Wars collectibles that are mint number 1977 because that's the year Star Wars released. Those are really significant. Or comic books, the year that a comic book was released, things like that. So yeah, we put a lot of value on those mints, and so we put out bounties publicly where if anybody basically comes to us and say hey, we landed this on the drop, we'll go ahead and honor that bounty and buy that for whatever price. So we've offered bounties as high as $5,000. I think that's the biggest one we've done. But yeah, usually they're somewhere in the range of $1,000 to $3,000 depending on where we value it in our collection. But yeah, these are things that we're trying to buy long term for our collection. So. And also a fun way to kind of get the community involved. But yeah, this is an example of one of the bounties that we just did for this Darth Vader samurai collectible that was released on VV Digital Collectibles, I think on Saturday or Sunday last weekend. I think it was a Sunday. But yeah, so we put out a bounty for 1977. The collector did not accept our bounty. is what it is. Put it up for auction and it ended up selling it for a little bit more. So guys, congrats to that collector. But yeah, we landed some pretty awesome bounties, and yeah, it's just a little extra incentive also for people to get involved.
Yeah, we're very bullish on the future of these collectibles, and also specifically mint numbers. You know, it's interesting because we heard a lot of flack where people, mint numbers don't matter. Who cares? It's just a number. Well, mint numbers do matter, because especially if you're looking at graded collectibles. I mean, can you tell me a really huge difference between a 9.8 and a 9.6? No. Unless you have a trained eye for these things, you really don't. What it comes down to is the number on the graded case. That's really what it comes down to. The value is based on the number. So if you're looking at it that way, the perspective is very similar. Very similar.
Yeah.
So we're super excited for the future of digital collectibles, and also graded collectibles, of course, but digital collectibles specifically with mint numbers, because that's how you differentiate value.
Yep.
And I do understand that mint numbers in general are essentially each are all one of ones, but special mint numbers, in my opinion, hold in tremendous value that are connected to the IP itself, right? So 1977 is the year Star Wars came out. That's significant value. That's a number that everyone recognizes. We see that on T-shirts. Spencer has a T-shirt that says Star Wars 1977, established 1977. That's why it's so significant. Now, this particular collection is also the last mint number, which was add even more value, because people do put value on the mint numbers, or the last mint number, especially when it's connected to a number that's significant to the collectible itself. So, but will 1977 be as relevant to like a Marvel collectible? Probably not. There are people who still collect 1977 in general, but when it's a number connected specifically to that IP or collectible, that's where there's tremendous value.
Yeah, and we have precedent when it comes to quote unquote mint numbers as well in the physical realm. If you look at the Beatles White Album, you know, if you were to have, you know, the first pressing of, you know, the value of that first pressing is through the roof versus, you know, kind of a later edition. If you have the first 10 or 15 or 20 Apple computers, I was reading an article. I don't know if it was the first one that sold. It was either the first one that sold for some unbelievable number, or they were speculating that if they were able to find and sell the first one, it would go for, you know, many, many multiples of what, you know, what say like a later one would go for. So we have a lot of precedent set in the case of the numbers meaning something.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And one of our, and I just want to bring this up real quick. One of our biggest bounties ever that we claimed was this one. So this is Silver Surfer #1. This is one of the most significant keys in Marvel history. It's the first solo issue of Silver Surfer, one of the most iconic covers. The first appearance of Shia LaBeouf, who appeared in Fantastic Four, the film. And the mint number 1968 represents the year of the comic's release. So it's the publishing year. We put a $5,000 bounty out for that mint number. So it's across 5 different variants. It could be a common, uncommon, doesn't matter what it is. We had a $5,000 bounty out for it. Somebody landed it, and we ended up purchasing from them. So we're super stoked to have this in our collection, and we're excited to continue doing these bounties to inspire and also educate people about the value of mint numbers, because based on the Darth Vader collectible we showed you, we didn't win it. We put a $2,000 bounty out for it, but it ended up selling for a little bit higher, for about $100 higher. So there you go.
We're definitely not the only ones who are putting value on these things.
Exactly.
Hey, this is a good question for you guys. I'm going to read it to you. You can answer. So will you be doing live streams daily? Team, I love you guys so much. I'm tired of random live tokens. I prefer your professional, relaxed, and oh, there you go. There, it's up there.
Yes, I saw it. I was going to bring it up. Yes. So the plan is we're gonna try, at least during the week, Monday to Friday, try to do these every day. Sean and I obviously have some other things going on, and weekends good for the mental health. So no promises on weekends. We'll try to do it, if we're both available and it makes sense and all that. But yeah, the goal is to try to do it 5 days a week. So yeah, Monday to Friday, that's what we're going for. But yeah, that is the goal. But yeah, we've been lining up guests for future content and future streams, lining up different topics. Yeah, we're really ramping things up on the content side here for you guys. So yeah, we'll definitely have a lot more coming for you, and appreciate that you guys enjoy what you guys are seeing, and that you see it as professional, and yeah, and that yeah, obviously we see a lot of stuff on Pump Fun that's kind of random stuff, you know, to call it what you want, but yeah, glad that we could be here for you guys, and it could be a little refreshing in this space. All right, Sean, what do you got for us? Oh wait, really quick, I want to bring this up. This is cool. Wow, this is awesome. So he sent a bunch of his collect via BankerBot to people in the VV fam to be able to get them involved in the giveaway. That's so cool, dude. Thank you.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for doing that. Wow. Wow, that's so cool. I wasn't prepared for that. That's amazing. So we've talked about this a little bit in the past. I just opened up this box. Just make sure my address is on there. So this is the box that literally just delivered today. I've been unwrapping some of these out of the plastic. And there's a guy I contacted about getting some screeners. So what are screeners? Screeners are essentially VHS tapes that were sent to retail stores. So basically they predate first commercial releases. These were sent to rental shops to essentially decide if they wanted how many movies they wanted to purchase for the rental shop. So these, at most probably had 30 to 50,000 variants, depending on the film and how big the film was. If the film wasn't very big, there's probably a lot lower editions. But even then, most of the shops, I'm sure, either opened them or threw them away. There's not a lot of these left.
Yeah, because they were opening them to be able to watch them, to be able to decide whether or not it was a good enough movie for them to sell in their store, basically.
You see right here is this full screener and then demo tape across the chest, and then it has a bunch of details in the back. Is that backwards, or can you see that?
Oh, no, we can see it, right? Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you see it on the back, and it has all the different details about the film, how successful it's been.
So these are like selling points to basically sell the store owner on whether or not they should buy it, because it had a really high cinema score or whatever, and the purchase equals to Home Alone 2, which was great, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. So they make all these comparisons to try to sell you on why they should buy the tape for their store.
Yeah,
exactly. And then there's also the date on the back as well, which you basically when you have to order by.
Yeah, and so for context, this is of Homeward Bound, one of the most iconic animal films of all time. One of my favorites, Homeward Bound. I got a couple of them in here, so we'll just kind of power through them. This one is First Contact of Star Trek. This is considered the second best Star Trek film ever made. Not my voting. That's just the voting I've read online. First is apparently Wrath of Khan, but you see on the back, it's pure advertisement for the rental shops or distributors. And you see right there, it says, what does it say on that? It says, for distribution, promotional use only, do not duplicate or sell or rent.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty awesome. There you go. That, and then we have...
This is all in one. Why do you get these all delivered in one box? This is all from one seller?
One person, yeah.
Nice. You work out a deal
yeah.
outside of eBay for this?
Yeah, worked out a deal. We'll talk about it later. But yeah, just kidding. I forgot about it. This is Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Oh, fuck, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah, Die Hard with a Vengeance. This is one of my favorite Die Hard films on the back.
I've never seen one of those. That's my first time seeing one.
Isn't that awesome?
I've never even seen one unsealed. It's my first time seeing one ever.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. Crazy. This is the third Die Hard film. Fantastic. And then I was so much about this one. I saw this one pointed out because Kevin was a huge fan of this actor, and I definitely want to get it signed in honor of Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this film was definitely not well received, but it's become a cult classic, and it's The Phantom. But with Billy Zane.
I don't even know what that is.
So it's like one of the first superhero films outside of Batman and Superman.
Okay.
It's like and the film was a total mess, didn't do very well, but it's become more of a cult classic film.
Is he a DC or Marvel character? Like where does like the IP come from? Is it
I
like
don't,
originally
I'm
from
not. I'm not entirely sure. I think it might be DC. I'm not 100%. If anyone out there knows, please let us know. But yeah, this is really cool. So it's a screening cassette, and then you have in the back, you have all the screening details as well. Super cool. Yeah. So this is, and obviously I'm really excited to meet Billy Zane. It's a. Can you see it? Oh yeah, there you go. It's a.
That's funny. Man, Kevin knew all the obscure stuff.
Evil.
So it says The Phantom is an American adventure comic strip first published by Lee Falk in February 1936. So yeah, it was a comic strip.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully we get a chance to meet Billy Zane. He's been at the last few Comic Cons that we've been to.
Yeah.
So now we have a reason to go up and give him a big high five. But Kevin actually had when he met him. What'd you think of it? Yeah, what'd you think? What'd you think of it? Did you like it? Is that still good? I'll tell you what. One of the films that I absolutely love, and I have a screen of it somewhere here, but it's The Rocketeer. I'll do that on a future. That movie holds up so well. Fantastic. The Rocketeer. But yeah, super stoked to meet Billy Zane now. But Kevin was a huge fan of Billy Zane, loved him. Yeah. And then the last one in the box was one that we've been eyeing for a while, and I'm really excited to get it signed by Todd. Spawn. And it's a promotional screener of Spawn. Yeah, Spawn the movie.
Is that the one that I've been seeing sitting up on eBay for the last couple months?
No, it's from the same guy. Yeah, different one.
Guy,
yeah. So, yeah, they're planning to remake this film with Jamie Foxx. It's been talked about for a couple years now. I'm not sure what's going on with it, but Jeremy Renner was supposed to be involved, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, you see right there.
Love to get Todd to sign.
Promotional, not for retail. Yeah. So yeah, those are the 5 films in the box.
Are they? Does Todd doesn't do a party in New York, right? It's just San Diego.
He does both San Diego and New York.
Okay, well maybe you ship that to me ahead of New York, and then I try to get it signed.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, good call.
Yeah. And does anybody? We have a request. Does anybody have anything Loki related? Any Loki characters or collectibles? I'm trying to think if I have anything physical. I mean, I definitely have some Loki digital collectibles. I know that. I don't know.
I don't think so. Loki. I used to have Loki's first appearance comic, but I sold that off a long time ago to get involved with crypto.
Yeah. Sorry, Zetsu. They don't on me.
We're talking about TMNT earlier and signed stuff. So this one is a first print Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles tape signed by Kevin Eastman and rewind graded 9.2. Yeah. This is a absolute banger. And the way you know it's a first print tape is right here. You have a Pizza Hut sticker on the side that references a first print with the watermarks along the side right here. So that's how you know when it's a first print Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles tape. Extremely rare and, rare and high quality, in the high grades. They're not particularly a rare tape. You can get them for around $50 to $100 on eBay sealed, but high grades are really hard to come by. Like I've graded probably 20 of these with rewind, and the highest grade I've gotten was I think a 9.4. So even 9.2s, I've only gotten like 3 of them. So yeah, something to keep in mind. It's nuts. Yeah, but it's a very cool. If you're a big Turtles fan, highly recommend getting one of these on eBay. Try to find one in good condition, and then get it signed by Kevin Eastman at a Comic-Con. He travels, man. He's out there all the time.
Yeah, and he does a lot of free signings too. You don't always have to pay, and usually if you do have to pay, it's pretty inexpensive. It's like
$20, $30. Yeah,
I think the Funko I think it was $50. The last line I did, but it's usually just pretty reasonable compared to other people.
Yeah, and then take it to the JSA booth and get a sticker. JSA or CGC booth and get a sticker. It's only like $10 to get it, but it validates your signature, its authenticity. So yeah, you definitely want to get that too. Word of advice.
No.
All right, back to Jason.
Real quick, I had a comment I wanted to bring up real quick to see if either of you guys. So this is from Pump Fun from HJPSQM, which is his address. Anyone heard of Non-Player or Chew Comics?
No,
I'm personally not familiar with either of those. Jason, are you?
No, I don't know what that is.
No. Yeah, well, if it's worth checking out, let us know. Yes, we are chilling. We are vibing.
This is gonna be very similar to the live stream tomorrow, guys. We're gonna be doing a more detailed update in the collecting space and doing some awesome giveaways.
Yeah, this one's a lot more free form. We're just we're hanging out, we're having a couple drinks, we're showing off some cool stuff we got. So yeah,
I'll go with something a little different. So this is, and these are pretty rare, and this one's rare because it's sealed. So what this is, it's a Resident Evil 4 PlayStation 2 controller.
Dude.
So this one is factory sealed. It's an it's a working PlayStation 2 controller.
Never seen one of
those. They didn't make a ton of these. They actually are limited and numbered, and you can see all the paperwork, etc. It's dusty because it's been sitting on the shelf for a long time.
Dude, that is so cool.
Wow.
Yeah, but these are pretty cool. These things are actually getting much more expensive now. It's tough to find them factory sealed.
Yeah. Do you know how many were produced?
Let's see. Hold on, and I'll tell you. I think on here, I think this one tells you the total number that were produced. It does not. Oh wait, maybe it's on the bottom. Let me check.
Jason, what kind of controller is it again?
It's a PlayStation 2.
PS2.
Yeah, the Resident Evil 4. So they made them for the PlayStation 2, and they also made them for the GameCube.
Wow.
And I actually need to get this one. I need to get this one sent to get graded. So I want to get this graded and slabbed. But I thought this is unique because, I'm always talking about, graded games and graded, just video game stuff. But there's a lot of like really cool peripheral items that are in the video game space. And, a lot of people don't even know these things exist. And so I thought, hey, I'll show you guys this one. So,
dude, that's so cool. My gosh. Wait, so how many of those exist? Did you mention that?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know how many they produced.
Definitely looks like it's like a limited edition collectible. I imagine not that many were produced. Right, well, Jason, while you do a little bit of research on that, I'm going to put this comment.
Yeah,
so follow up to what you were just saying. So yeah, so there were Image Comics, the non-player and Chew. Yeah, so that makes sense. I was never huge on Image stuff, besides like Spawn. So I'm not surprised I haven't heard of those. The Chew comic, like that one sounds a little familiar. Like I feel like I've seen that just like rummaging through, like bins and long boxes and stuff. But I never got super into the Image stuff, unfortunately. So yeah, apologies there.
Okay, so it says there's a lot more than I thought. So they said 50,000 controllers were made in 2005, and it has a unique serial number and blood splatter patterns on the chainsaw blade.
Does it look splattery? That looks like a good amount of splatter. Yeah,
it is splattery, but I don't see any like numbers, and I've never even looked that up, so I didn't know that. That's nuts. Interesting info.
Huh. Sick collectible though. That's awesome.
Yeah, super cool.
And real quick, I just wanted to throw this out there. It seems like we have a couple hundred people who are joining us extra since the last time we announced this, but we are doing a $1,000 giveaway today of Soul. So we're giving away $1,000 in Solana to holders of our token. So anybody who owns anything more than one token is eligible to win. The more you own, the higher chances you have. It's kind of a weighted distribution on how we're doing it. But anybody who, any amount you own gives you a chance to win. But yeah, we're giving away $1,000 at the end of the stream. So if you've not purchased Collect, encourage you to go ahead and do that. I just posted this in the chat here. You can also find the contract address as well in our Twitter account if you'd like to purchase and get involved in today's giveaway and also all future giveaways that we do. We're going to be doing continual giveaways using our token and to our holders. So really excited about that. And something else I want to throw out. So it looks like we have about 550 people watching us live across all of our channels, across both Twitter and across YouTube. But it looks like we have like only about 30 watching us on Pump Fund. So if you are a holder of the token and you are, kind of want to be involved and want to see the token grow, I encourage you to go and watch us on Pump Fun, just to kind of get our streaming numbers up on that site. I know it's a little harder to interact with us directly on Pump Fun, so maybe bring up the stream on one tab and then just mute that tab on Pump Fun and then continue to actually interact and comment and stuff on YouTube and Twitter. But it would be some really good extra exposure for us, I think, on Pump Fun, in terms of kind of just the top page, if you go ahead and do that. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, Batman Who Laughs. I'm watching on 3 places. Appreciate you, man. But yeah, be like Batman Who Laughs. Watch on 3 places. But yeah, jump over on Pump Fun if you're not already over there. We would appreciate it. I think it'd be a big help. Yeah.
All right. Who's up next? Jason, you got another collectible for us?
I do, yeah. Let's go. You know what? I'll do one that's kind of NFT related. These are Final Fantasy Square actually launched some trading cards, and so the 3 that I'm going to show you, if you guys know Final Fantasy, main character Cloud Strife. So these are kind of like the card that, if you collect cards, these are the legendary or the rare ones in the set. And so I have the set. These are the foil signature card. And the reason that I'm showing you guys this is that, so what they did is they created packs of these, and in each pack you could redeem. There was one card that you redeemed for an NFT. And I'm a Final Fantasy fan. I collect Final Fantasy stuff. It's a little bit niche, but gaining more and more popularity. But because there was an NFT component in it, my speculation was that probably not a lot of people were collecting these. So I bought up a bunch of the packs and opened them, and you actually only had a year to redeem the NFT. And so if you guys are familiar with blockchain, it's on the Engine blockchain, which is not a very popular blockchain. It used to be, and it's still around. It's just not very popular.
It used to be like my biggest bag. Somebody hacked my shit and drained my wallet.
Yeah, like back in 2020 and 2021, like Engine was one of the ones that everybody was speculating on. Yeah. So one of the things that I think that they did. So first of all, I'm going to get these graded because these are actually like a really cool card, signature edition. They're the rarest of the cards. They're the most desirable. So I got a few. I actually have a few sets of these. But I think one of the things that they did interesting that that somebody like me would take advantage of is when you redeemed the card, the little redeemable, it had the whole set for you to pick which card you want. And so for me, these were some of them that you could pick. So I actually have about 50 of these each. Actually, maybe like a couple hundred, because I think I bought a couple hundred packs. But I have a lot of these in the NFT, sitting there in NFTs. And so they're going to be the rarest, the most desirable one. And I was thinking, like, when they launched it on an NFT, why you're going to choose like the rarest, most desirable card. So I thought that was a little bit strange, but I like these things. I think they're kind of neat. I think that they have a chance to be like a cult following kind of niche project. But I'm kind of also excited to see, what the NFTs do, over time, especially with augmented reality glasses and the virtual stuff and all that. So
nice. I like that. Speaking of Engine, I'm gonna share my screen real quick and show
you. Just bought a bag?
No. I bought these years. This must have been like you said, probably 2019. Like this was a long time ago, maybe 2020. Let me find this tab. So Atari. So Sean, you like this, or Jason, you like this because you're a gaming guy.
I remember that.
You remember these?
Yeah.
Atari and the Fabricant on Engine. Yeah. They released these. Yeah, there was like these basically full like gaming like fashion, I guess, items. There was like that one, and there was let me see, this was there was like the robe, but it was like a 3-piece set. But I remember finding these and I was like, oh, these are gonna be awesome. It's like, I think it was Atari's first ever NFT, so I think technically still is Atari's first. So I don't know, maybe down the line, maybe somebody will find some value in it. I definitely spent whatever. Yeah, I spent 0.25 ETH, which at the time was nothing because ETH was so small. Now it's $1,000. So, that hurts a little bit. But we're not going to think about it. But I remember seeing, because these were launched on Engine as ERC 1155s. ERC 1155s have mint numbers because they're kind of like semi-fungible tokens where every single one is the same, but they have mint numbers associated with them. And I remember being able to look at the metadata, and I got the full #1 mint set of these.
Oh,
I remember
nice.
being so hype about it, but also like, I don't know, like maybe down the line could be cool, but at the time, like this, but it's kind of crazy to think about the fact that I was thinking about mint numbers way back in the day when I was kind of first getting into NFTs, before I even like got back into physical collectibles, or before I even discovered VV and Candy and started paying attention to mint numbers on platforms like that, or on Wax. Yeah, it's just kind of funny that I was thinking about it, and I was so excited that I found the one that was #1 mint, and nobody else bought it. I thought it was the biggest thing in the world at the time, and now I'm like, I don't know, this is an NFC that literally I had forgotten that I had owned until just now. So yeah,
so I don't want to delve down this weird rabbit hole, but I'm telling you, we're not there yet. And I know we've talked about this for years. We're not there yet. But when these so we still do not have the physical components needed to take these things to the next level, but we're getting close. And why something like that is going to be significant is that when you and I and Sean are walking around in our Ray-Ban augmented reality glasses, or their XR glasses, you're going to be able to see people's flexes. And what does that mean? You're going to see people's digital overlays through the glasses that you wear. And it will tell you like, oh, here comes Spencer. That's a first edition, such and such, blah, 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 the rarity. It'll probably show the value, etc. And that will be an absolute flex. And I love stuff like that. That's why like some of the collectibles I like to show are the obscure stuff, because I've got PlayStation 4 games and PlayStation 5 games that are worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars that people are like, I've never heard of that. It's obscure. It's super obscure. And I love that kind of stuff because, from a speculating perspective, those are the games that I gravitate to. Well, one, because I collect them, but two, like you're going to be like, man, I've never heard or seen that game. And then that's interesting. It's an interesting conversation. But like for me, that would be a perfect example of like, you're going to be able to overlay that dress on top of your clothing and wear it out and about. Now, I'm not saying you are.
It looks so pretty.
Yeah, you would look great in it. But that's the kind of cool thing. And then people are going to be like walking by, and other people are going to have dragons. People are going to have pudgy penguins walking next to them. People are going to have like, all the Samurai Vader from VV walking next to him as a flex. And we've already seen it. Like you see it in the gaming space for a long time.
Totally.
Ever since World of Warcraft came out back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, like the party
back in RuneScape, everybody had a flex. Like,
totally.
like in those games, people would sit around and be looking at other people's like pets and their armor and stuff. Imagine now, imagine 20, 25 years after that. Imagine in the next 5 years, you're walking around in the park or in the mall or, with your family at a barbecue, and everybody's like flexing their digital collectibles, and all the stats are there. You can look at it and it's going to show you the stats, the value, what it looks like, all that cool. You can change it. You're like, oh, look at this. I got this cool hat, but then you quickly change it and say, oh, but look at this. It's a 101, Christian Dior hat or whatever. So something like that. And sorry, I didn't mean to go down this rabbit hole, but that is exactly what I think. That's exactly why I got these NFT cards, because how many people are going to have that 5-6 years from now and then be able to flex those in the digital world? And so I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, dude, that's great.
Wow. Yeah.
No, that's the vision. That's what we're all waiting for,
Yeah. And I think especially, I think the recent meta glasses really showed a huge step forward towards the progression of what we've been talking about and what you just said.
Yeah.
It's 100% coming. Yeah. It's inevitable.
Yeah. We need the AR technology to get there. But real quick shout out. What up, Omi-Wan? What's going on, man? Unfortunately, I will not be at LA. Sean, I'm assuming you're not going to LA Comic Con
I won't
either.
be there either.
No.
Yeah, well, good to see you, man.
I will be at New York Comic Con, and then we will both be at DCon, Designer Con in Vegas in November. So
Definitely.
hopefully we'll see you there if you're able to make it out. But yeah, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, absolutely, bud.
And yeah, Dr. Smoketor, yeah, I appreciate you bringing that up there. Yeah, I saw that happening. Look, I get that this is a coin that was, or a token that was launched on Pump Fun, and that there are definitely people here who are only here for the money and don't really give a shit about what we're talking about right now. They don't care about collectibles. I get that, you know. But you know, we've been a channel for 4+ years now. We've been doing this content for a long time. We see Pump Fun as a new channel and a new place to stream, and a new place to find a new audience, and a way to create a token that builds a lot of really cool utility for people who care about collecting and people who are here for the hobby. So that's what we're doing this here for. I'm sorry that there's somebody in the chat who's just being annoying, just wants us to boost the stream and just wants to boost the token and only cares about his bags. Like appreciate you being involved and noticing us, but like that's not really who we want to be here. Like we want people who care about collecting. That is the point. We're building a community around that. So yeah, if you care about the content, really happy to have you here. You know, appreciate you considering us either way, even if you're not interested in the content, but we're here right now and we're having a conversation. So it's not really helping just, telling us to boost it all the time. So just want to throw that out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we know there's things we're going to be doing things to push the token. We got a lot of utility. We'll kind of go over some of the things that we've talked about earlier in the stream with the token that we plan on doing with it again a little bit later, but we're going to keep doing our thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
All right. Who's up next? Spencer.
Oh, it's me. Okay. Let's do this one. So this is something from my childhood. It's not something that has value, or maybe it has value. I've never looked it up, but I'm originally from the Philly area, and I saw somebody asked before where we're all from. So I'm originally from Philly, but I live in Colorado. You guys want to say where you guys are based out of?
California, baby.
I'm in Atlanta.
There we go. Well, I'm originally from Philly, so I got my little Allen Iverson, coin bank here from McDonald's.
Nice.
Promo. I probably got this when I was like 3 or 4 years old, but I've had it ever since, and it's just very sentimental. It reminds me, of going to Sixers games and stuff with my dad growing up. I'm not super into sports anymore, but this is something just from childhood that I love, and it just is very nostalgic. And so not all collectibles have to be something that is valuable or something that is speculative. Sometimes it's just something that has great memories associated with it, and this is one of those things for me. So go Sixers, and I guess right now more relevantly, go Birds.
Go Birds. Being a Niner fan, that definitely stings a little bit.
Here we go. Dr. Smoke Tour. AI is the GOAT.
That's awesome. Yeah. Allen Iverson, man. What a legend. What an absolute legend. You want to go again, Spencer?
Sure. I didn't realize we're doing 2 at a time for everyone. Well, this next one. So I guess a little history on the channel. So a few years ago, actually at this point, I guess getting close to 10 years ago, Sean and I met in a hostel in Prague. This is back in May of 2017. I was a wee 20-year-old lad. Sean was 29, and for some reason he wanted to hang out with me, and he saw something in me, and so fast forward a couple years, we continued the friendship, saw each other a bunch. I started teaching Sean about crypto because I've been involved with crypto since like 2017. Sean's been collecting comics for a long time. And so that's kind of where comics and crypto came from, out of us just really teaching each other about what we respectively knew about and what we were, being successful in at the time. So Sean is the one who got me into collecting comics. And this is the first ever graded book that I ever bought.
That's awesome. Dude.
Is Secret Wars #1. Secret Wars is going to be, one of the future phases in the MCU. It's going to be very, very exciting with a lot of the characters that love. This is also a newsstand copy. So basically, you see the barcode on here. If you look at other comics, they have, instead of this barcode, they have like an image of Captain America or Spider-Man or something like that. Basically, these comics that have the barcode were sold on newsstands outside, literally like in cities. So they were, exposed to the weather, exposed to the elements. So they're considered, slightly more valuable if you're able to get them in higher grades, because they were less likely to maintain their grade because they were more exposed to the elements than ones that were sold direct to stores, like comic book stores. So yeah, this was sentimental because it's the first ever graded book I bought. It's also a book that, I believe in the long term. I probably overpaid for it when I bought it, but I still have it and I still love it. So yeah, love Secret Wars 1.
That's awesome, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what we got. Here we go. You guys must show strange items that you have. Well,
I got some real strange collectibles.
Weird stuff.
If you want, I can.
You want me to
bust out a really, really strange collectible?
Yeah, what do you got?
From like the medieval ages.
Oh, that'd be cool.
All right, I'll bust out an obscure one. Hold up, I've never showed this one.
Okay, well, Sean, why don't you cue yours up while we do that?
Okay. Yeah, so this one is an interesting piece because not a lot of people know about it, but Spencer does. This is Star Wars. The first time we ever are introduced to Star Wars in any medium is this book right here from 1976, and it's called Star Wars from the Adventures of Luke Skywalker.
Yeah,
and yeah, absolutely incredible. And as you see right here,
don't open, you'll crease it.
So yeah, copyright 1976, first edition. But it's hard to find copies like this in really good condition. You want to check the spines and just the overall condition of the book itself. But I would say this is if I were to grade it like a CGC scale, like a 9.0 or higher, it's really, really good quality, especially considering it's over 50 years old. That's crazy. It's crazy. And these are actually very undervalued. You can get these for maybe $100, $200. There it is. Spencer, let's go.
This is a gift from Sean. So
yeah. These are really, really affordable on eBay if you are patient and you look them up. But definitely worth it. I think these are going to do very, very well long term, especially considering the historical value behind one of the biggest brands of all time.
I missed. Is CGC able to grade those, or are they?
No, not yet. There's no grading books yet.
I've always wished they would do that, because I've got, because I love those old, a lot of the covers are amazing looking and they would look so good slabbed. And I'm hoping that they go with some of the old books.
Yeah, definitely. I think they will eventually. It's going to take time. And I know that book collectors don't like it. They hate it.
Yeah.
But so do comic collectors. When that first started, comic collectors hated it.
Yep.
Back in the day, I used to be on Atari Age and Nintendo Forum and all this other stuff. And man, like they would boo me the hell out of those rooms when I said I would get my video games graded. And when PS3 games first came out, I would go take and get them graded. And people were like, why the hell are you grading this? Why are you grading a $10 game or a 15? Because, I'd buy them on sale. They were like, why are you grading a $15 game? I said, well, you'll see in a few years. And then you've got, I've got the original Fallout and all the awesome PS3 games, Skyrim, Fallout, God of War. Dude, all those games, high grades are $1,000. And that's why, and now I've got them as a long-term collectible. So, all right, I'll show you guys an obscure piece. I actually don't know much about it, but so my office, so to speak, is literally filled to the brim with video. It's all wall to wall. Every single wall is filled with video games. And then I have another room that's filled with video games. But I have one piece in here that for some reason, I love it. And it's really, really old, but it's just this old art medieval piece.
Oh, cool.
And it's like the sword.
It's fucking heavy.
It's like super heavy iron. It's like cast out heavy iron. And I just had to have it. So this is the only non-video game thing besides my computer that's in here. I have no idea how old it is. I don't know who made it. I can't find anything about it. I just was like, I gotta have it, and I'm gonna have it display it in my office.
Nice.
So that's my most obscure piece.
That's so cool, dude. That's so cool.
Hell yeah. That's a
Well,
sick
awesome,
piece.
guys. So
I definitely have a couple more things we can keep sharing.
okay, perfect. Yeah, let's do it.
Things. We got 600 plus people watching right now. So I figure we
I
keep
got
this-
another
I know you
good
got
one too.
And
You
so,
know
Sean,
me, I can go
I
for
do
days.
want to bring this up. Yeah. So I Mountain of Books, I see your comments here. Like Sean, I know you had trouble trying to figure out how to boost it yesterday, but I just went on and I got it to work, and it's very easy just to do with Solana. So I think let's just do, while we're on stream here, I think it's a good idea, especially if we're going to keep this going for a little bit longer. Let's boost it on Deck Screener. So if you go to Deck Screener and you go to our page on Deck Screener, which I will, if you have that up, and then on the right side, if you scroll down, there's a
Can
button.
you send the link in the private chat?
Yeah, I'll send you the link real quick.
That's awesome. That's so cool. My friend collects every gaming console ever made. That's really awesome. Wow.
If you guys, I've got a Up Crypto Instagram account. If you guys want to go check out, I've got a lot of my stuff on there, like one-offs. So I have like old factory sealed graded Atari games, and old obscure games like the Sinclair and the FX and Vector, and old Nintendo games.
Oh, cool.
So if you guys want to check any of that stuff out, obviously I'm on Instagram, and I've got some of that stuff, and I have some old guidebooks, some rare ones. I have some guidebooks that they didn't even publish. There's a I think it's a Halo game that didn't even come out, but they released the guidebook on accident for a little while, and it ended up in a manufacturer had it, and I bought a bunch of guides from this manufacturer back, like a whole truckload.
A truckload of guides.
Yeah, they so it's a kind of a funny story. So there was a video game company, I don't even know, 15 years ago, that was out west somewhere. And so I contacted them because they had these really, really amazing like Japanese RPG guides and a bunch of very interesting guidebooks. And so I called them and got to know them really well. And she was like, well, actually we have, we have a warehouse, and we have all these guides, and they have a lot of like swag too. So they were kind of the middleman. So these manufacturers would manufacture guidebooks and swag and all that. And then what they would do is they would be the ones that gave them away to the retailers. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, hey, I'd love to buy your guides. And I think I worked a deal out, and it was like $2,000 or $2,500. And then it cost me like $500 to ship. And it was like 25 or 30,000 guides. Wow. And I wasn't thinking, I was just thinking like, damn, these are cheap. I mean, it was like all the good stuff, like the Marios, like the Zeldas, the Pokemons, like all the Japanese roleplay. It was pretty amazing stuff, the Halos and all that. So they shipped them over to me, and then this big like moving truck showed up, and man, it took us like an hour to unload those things. And then I had the garage was completely filled up with guides, and it took me, like, no joke, it took me years to go through it. I sold off a lot of them, kept a lot of them. And that's how I built my guidebook collection. So I think like I probably have like, 2,000 strategy guides, but I had like tens of thousands, and I sold them, I sold all those off and kept the good ones.
Wow. That's so smart. I mean, it's kind of similar to the story. Actually, I first heard that strategy from you, Jason, but recently we had Jeff on, who's selling his entire Star Wars collection worth up to $7 million. Absolutely,
$7 million Star Wars action figure collection.
Insane.
What's crazy too is that he's been selling off collection, flipping, and then rebuying over 20 plus years.
So he basically has no money in at this point. Like he's just like, whatever the initial $100 or whatever you put in to buy his first, whole lot of collectibles or whatever that he picked his couple out of and sold the rest. He's just been flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping up and up and up, all the way up to $7 million worth of Star Wars collectibles over 20 plus years. It's
incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's so many little tricks, and that's the thing. I think the challenge for me is because we're in the crypto space, we're in the NFT space, we're in the collectible space, and people are I hate to say it, but people are not patient. They're not patient at all. And so I remember when I first started talking to you guys about collecting, I was like, look, guys, you guys are going to have more stuff. You're not going to know where to put this, what to do with, etc. And now look at you. You guys have like a ridiculous amount of collectibles, and it's because it's the little things. So like, how I got a lot of my collectibles is like Target, like 4 or 5 times a year would do a buy 2, get 1 free. So what I would do is I would literally go buy a the $250 collector's one that came out. I would buy 3 of those. And I would sell immediately 2 of them on Amazon and get rid of them. And guess what? The 3rd one is free.
It's free.
I got my money back. And then I got the 3rd one, and boom, now it's sitting up there, 5 years later, 10 years later, and it's worth, $1,000, and I didn't pay for it. And I did. And you do that with as much as,
you just do it over and over and over,
over and over and over. And you guys have seen it. I'm like, hey, go get 10 of these after, the day after on Black Friday, or order 10 of each on Black Friday. And I promise you, you'll pay $7 or $4 or $10, and then watch the price go back up.
They do this back up to retail, and then you sell 8 of them to get 2 for free, or whatever.
Exactly. And life goes by fast. So like 2 years, 5 years, you're going to get there. 2 years, 5 years. So for me, like holding a crypto for 2 years or 5 years, it's worth it. Buying and flipping collectibles over 2 to 5 years or 10 years, it's worth it. You'll get there. And then when you look up and people come in here and they're like, holy shit, how did you get all of this stuff? Like you must have spent a fortune. Actually, I'm in the green or in the black on this stuff, because I literally flipped my way into all of this stuff just slowly over the years. And if you have patience, you'll get there and do it. It's, that's what separates. I think that's the big challenge of what separates. Everybody wants instant this, instant that. And there's no such thing. There's no such thing as instant this, instant that. I'm doing it on Vivi. I have a strategy that I do on Vivi, and I just slowly, as she goes, flip things and boom, 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 boom.
And you've done very well, especially with the Vivi comics. Yeah, you've had an incredible strategy on that.
Yeah. I was looking at the leaderboards on Stacker, and I've never seen the leaderboards before, but I'm like, and this is not, and I don't on purpose do this, but like I'm in the top 40 or 50 as far as like 2-digit mints, top 100 mints. It's because I do this just very slow kind of strategy. And same thing, same way I bought my collectibles, I do it in the NFT space for all the different NFTs. And if you're just patient, you will get ahead. Just be patient.
Yep. Yeah, and I guess kind of off of that mountain of books. Yeah, being patient in meme coins will cause you to lose money. Yes, I agree with that. What we're trying to build right now is not a meme coin. I just want to throw that out there. I think a lot of these meme coins that do rely on the hype cycle, they have really big, crazy rises, but then they also have really ugly falls, and they don't build sustainable brands and sustainable following. So that's not the goal of what we're trying to build here. I mean, great if we have a whole bunch of people that come in and hype it up. That's awesome. But yeah, we really are trying to build something long-term and sustainable here. So I do want to throw that out there, but I do get what you're saying, and that I get it. And we are working on boosting the coin right now. Sean, that is what Sean is looking at. And that's why he's got that glassy look in his eyes right now. The seltzers he's been drinking.
I think, and I mentioned this earlier too, while you guys are doing that. I think like what people don't understand, and I talk to a lot of big time investors about this stuff. Almost 100% of crypto is garbage. If it's meme tokens, it's basically the cabal pumping them up and then moving on to the next one. Same group of folks. The people that are going to do well are going to, tokenize in the space. They're going to launch branded tokens and, and get behind their brand, and they're going to build an organic, following over time. And those are going to be the successful ones long term. We also have regulations coming into play. So what does that mean? Trump and his administration is extremely pro crypto, obviously, unbelievably pro crypto, but they're not pro scammers, and they're not pro, they're not pro pump and dump and all. So there's going to be some very strict regulations that come into place. What does that mean? That means that, generally speaking, you're going to have to register. You're going to be a beneficial owner of your crypto, meaning I can't go out there and launch Mickey Mouse's token because that's an IP that's owned by, Disney.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be able to launch, a Trump token. And we already have seen it with the Trump token. Like, why would you buy any other branded? If you're going to buy a Trump token, you would buy the one that is connected with his brand. Why would you buy another Trump token? It's useless. And so I think that there's a lot of, man, I hate to say it because it's the only way I can say it. There's a lot of uneducated folks in the space that they only see like, okay, if I put $7 into this token, can I be a millionaire if I get them to pump the token, over the course of 2 days? And that's not realistic. It doesn't happen. No matter what the Coles show you on Twitter, on crypto Twitter, hey, I, made 100,000, I made $1 million. No, they didn't. It's the same tweet over and over. Mm-hmm. And so, that's a shame, because then people will miss out on, brands like comics and crypto that are going after, big partnerships, big opportunities, big strategy that will help leverage this token into the next level. But, these guys are going to build the token based on long-term growth, sustainability and scalability. So, there's a quadrillion other meme tokens that people can go out there and trade, and they won't be here 2 weeks from now, a month from now. And if you've been in the crypto space and have any knowledge of the crypto space at all, there's nobody that you can't come up here. You wouldn't be able to come up here and argue against it, because it's not going to happen. There's only so many Pepes and Doges and Sheebs that are going to run, or Bretts. But for every Pepe, there are millions of tokens that are going to launch. So good luck finding the one Pepe in the middle of millions and millions of launches. So for me, I put my money in projects like this, because that's where the smart money is going to go. The smart money is going to go into projects like this. I talk to, very high net worth individuals all day, every day. And they're not going to put their money in Pepe. I can tell you that. But they would definitely invest in a brand. And that is why this is one of the, I think this is going to be amazing, because you can easily get brands, you can easily get real investors to put money into backing something like this. Mm-hmm. And so that's my 2 cents, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're going for, but we're not looking for the the hype. We're not looking for the Posinomics. We want to build a sustainable brand and bring in real partnerships that bring real value to token holders. I know that might not be exciting, to the people who are looking for the big returns, within a day or within 2 days. But that's the way that we're looking to build our brand. That's the way we've been building our brand for the last 4 years, and has allowed us to grow to where we are today. So yeah. So I think that's kind of where we'll leave it there. I think we still have a lot more cool stuff coming for you guys that we talked a little bit before. And I guess maybe Sean, while you still work on that, maybe I'll bring up some of those things again, just because we have close to 700 people joining us live right now. So appreciate everybody who's here hanging out with us. I'm sure a lot of people see the $1,000 win, when buy collect win $1,000, so I'm sure that's bringing a lot of people in. So if you are joining us new since the last time we talked about it, we are doing a $1,000 giveaway in Solana for holders of our collect token. So at the end of our stream, we're going to hold a giveaway and pick the winner. All you have to do is hold the token and hold at least one token in order to be eligible to win. So yeah, if you haven't purchased the token yet, go ahead. you can jump onto our Twitter account. You can find the contract address there to purchase it. But yeah, so yeah, we're going to keep hanging out here for a little bit, but at a certain point on the stream, we're going to go ahead and choose that winner. But yeah, just in general for the plans that we have for this token for people who I guess are joining us potentially new. We're trying to make this the membership token for the collectible space and for the collectible hobby. And we want to create really cool benefits within the collectible hobby for people who hold our token. We want to do things just basically just like different perks with partner brands and partner communities, discounts with our partners, early promotions, credits, in order to make purchases with our partners, doing a lot of different token gated content, token gated access to us and our knowledge. So, being able to get into private chats with us or private one-on-one, video chats with us to be able to get access to our knowledge, doing things like, collectible concierge services where, if you have a collectible that you've been looking for years, but, your connections haven't been able to help you find it, maybe from the people that we know in the industry, maybe we're able to go ahead and find that for you. So, we're able to then help you find those collectibles. So, getting access to things like that, continuing to do more giveaways. We have a lot of plans for this coin. We want to have a portion of the proceeds that we're earning on the creator fees going towards charity in support of our good friend Kevin, who passed away about 6 months ago, who was the third co-host on our show. So we want to put that towards a charity that he would really love. So we have a lot of really cool things that we have planned. So just stick with us. We're gonna do what we can to grow the token, but we're not gonna succumb to the crazy hype stuff. We're really going to try to build this organically, bring on really awesome people for you guys to hear, continue to do great content. That's what we're here for. So yeah,
this is funny. I was reading one of the chats. I don't think so. The Pump Fun people, the Solana people, they have no clue what kind of diamond hands your fellow subscribers have. They have no clue. Most of the people in your ecosystem diamond hand Omi. If you can diamond hand Omi, they don't like. There's nobody on the planet except for maybe XRP holders from like 2014. But if you were to say like, okay, who has the biggest diamond hands in the crypto space? I would definitely say it's probably XRP folks, and number 2, Omi homies.
True.
So they got diamond hands like you wouldn't believe. So that's fine. And that's, Omi homies are a big part of the comics and crypto ecosystem. So once they'll diamond hands this thing till the end. So,
Yeah. Sean, how's it going on your end?
Good. I'm almost there.
Almost there.
I got another collectible that I can show if you guys want to like.
You start showing that, Jason. I'm gonna grab another giant ice cube for my whiskey glass.
So this one is mostly. I'm showing this one mostly because of what you guys do, Sean and Spencer. Yeah. You guys get a lot of signed stuff, so I thought you guys could appreciate this one. So
let's do that.
So this is a factory sealed. It's Destiny 2 for the PlayStation. So this is a factory sealed, but this is signed by everybody at Bungie. So there's like a ridiculous amount of signatures from all the folks at Bungie.
Oh, whoa. Look at that.
Wow. That's insane.
So this one will get slabbed at some point.
How many of those do they do? Probably not many.
No, I mean, think about it. These guys all had to. Think about that. What was that one piece that you guys got that have a bunch of signatures on it?
Oh, Sean. Yeah, Sean has his Marvel sign behind him.
Oh, like, yeah, Marvel sign.
Like, imagine how right. I don't even know how many signatures there are on here, like 100 or something like that. I don't think they probably did.
It's got to be the only one, right?
I don't think it's the only one, but okay. these are pretty rare. But it's really, really cool. Obviously, Bungie's a really big, Destiny's a big, a big game.
Yep.
And Bungie is a really, really good, organization. And so you guys are big advocates of, getting things signed and slabbed. And so I thought I would bring this one on and show.
So what's the story of that piece?
Yeah,
man, I could tell you the most amazing story about it, but I got it on eBay a while ago.
I mean, did you ask the person
You
how
gotta start telling people you knew the junior developer who worked on this part of the game.
I know. I should come up
got
with an
one of
amazing
these.
story. No, the reality is sometimes you just see these things. You got to grab them, man. You got to get them while you can. It's like that. I bought like that Harry Potter screener. You know, I had that Harry Potter screener.
Yep.
And Joe, Joe shot me over a text and said, "Hey, if you want this, buy it or I'll get it." And I was like, "No, dude, you get it." Cause they wanted like $5 for it or something. And I was like, "Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
yes, I want it." So I bought it, and I don't think I've seen another one since. And that was like a couple years ago. So on some of these collectibles,
you're talking about the VHS screener?
no, it was a DVD. It was one of the Harry Potter, the first one, the Sorcerer's Stone. It was the ones that you guys collect. The
the Academy Award screeners.
Yeah, I think it was one of the screeners.
What is a DVD?
It was DVD, yeah, and it was open, so it was open.
Still really cool.
Yeah. So I bought it for a few dollars, and because I collect. I don't know if I told Joe this though. But I sold it I actually sold it not for $150.
Nice.
I probably should have kept it though, but
you sold the open DVD.
Yeah, I sold it open for $150.
Wow.
Yeah, so if you look at
that's a really good sale.
Wow.
I was like, hey, I bought it for $5, sold it for $150. If it was a sealed copy, I would not have sold it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's incredible. Wow.
That's super cool. It looks like our chat on Pump Fun is getting absolutely destroyed by some guy who's trying to promote some bullshit. So,
perfect.
I think you can. Are you able to like?
Oh yeah, I can ban.
Yeah, Sean, if you can ban that person, the 7AUB, whatever that one, that'd be pretty sweet. But
and gone.
So the giveaway has not ended yet. We still have not done the giveaway. So we're gonna do that at some point a little bit later in the stream. We're still hanging out, but we're gonna do that at the end before we close things out. So if you're here, stick around. But you don't have to be here watching live to win. All you have to do is be holding our token. So buy some of the token if you haven't, and you'll be eligible to win the giveaway. But let's see. I wanted to pull up a couple comments here. Golden Gun invest 1 million to this token. Mark my words. I hope so. Oh, I see your Kaboom photo. I'm assuming that's the Panini
of Wemby. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. But I appreciate you, Nanaski. Yeah, this is definitely long term. So but that is a good point. There's a lot of DGen VV fam out there, but we love all the VV fam. We don't discriminate. This would be a very cool utility. I think we would need quite a bit of growth in the token to be able to support something like this. But down the line, assuming we've had that growth, I think this would be a really cool thing that we'd be able to do. Especially if we can find a company who's willing to accept it and instantly swap it for slot on their side. I don't think most companies probably wouldn't want to receive our token just because it's not easy to interact with and it's stable. But who knows?
I'll give you guys a little intel.
Sure.
So I'm not going to go into the details of this, but we have two partnerships. That one we've already kind of established a partnership. One we're in advanced conversations with, and so what one of the companies is partner. He's actually a 3-time Fortune 500 CEO. Been in the crypto space for a while. His company is partnered with Visa and MasterCard, and so they create branded Visa and MasterCard debit cards. And those Visa and MasterCards allow you to utilize your Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and one of the other majors anywhere Bitcoin and MasterCard is accepted.
Oh, wow.
So what we're going to do is they're going to code in. So some of the brands that we tokenize in the space, they're going to code in those to be able to accept those tokens. So for example, I'm just going to throw it out there, Bunny token. You'll be able to get a branded Rogue Bunny debit card, and you'll be able to utilize the token anywhere. So, so of course, like I'm going to have a conversation with John about, getting a comics and crypto. And this is not my look. This is something you guys can do if you want to. Obviously, I don't have any say so or anything regarding this decision, but it's an opportunity where you can actually get a branded comics and crypto debit card, and they can utilize the collect token anywhere. If they go to McDonald's and they want to buy a Happy Meal, or they want to go to Walmart and use the token, you'll be able to do that. It'll bring you guys advanced exposure. And then we're also working with another company. It's a major company that everybody knows who they are, to do the wallet connect stuff. So for example, if you guys had a comic and cryptos related retail store, so it's a company that Stripe recently acquired. And, I won't say the name, go into too much detail, but long story short is, if you have a comics and crypto store, a merch store, I could go in and create a comics and crypto account, and then it would have a wallet associated, very similar to what Stacker is doing. So Stacker already assigns you a wallet. The difference is and actually it's not too much of a difference, but I would be able to go into your store and buy your merchandise and go directly through this company, which is an extension and partnership of Stripe. So, you'll be all the things that any degen could possibly think of in their dreams, while they're sleeping, about what's going to happen with the collect token. We have all the connections to do all that stuff and more. Awesome. So I'm extremely bullish on the token, and if it dips, I'll just buy more. I don't care. But you guys, there's so much opportunity here in what you guys can do with the token, and where this thing is going. I just, I hate to see people miss out because it's not because it didn't trend today or something. That's right. That's just not a good decision making mechanism for me. So.
Yeah, totally. And so another comment, you should buy another 1% supply. Yeah, we definitely have plans to do some more buybacks. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about that offline as well. So yeah, good tip there. Yeah, we're definitely gonna accumulate more of the supplies so that we can continue to do more things with it and have good treasury to continue to support the project. So yeah, appreciate the advice there, Brian. And then CT App has been asking a while on Pump Fund, so I'm apologize that I missed it. Drop on my name, so we're dropping on your name. There you go. There you go, CT App. Shout out to you. And then I think, Sean, we successfully happened Deck Screener boost. Okay, so we've successfully boosted on Deck Screener. So yeah, we got that going for you guys. So appreciate you guys who are pushing for that. Whose turn is it? Is it my turn?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So the next one I'm going to show you is actually one that I am wearing. So there we go. This is my next collectible. This is my Artifact, RIP Artifact t-shirt. I don't know if you can see the back. Awesome. Yeah, this is a t-shirt that was given away. Okay. Appreciate that, Surf. Good to know. Okay. So ignore CT.app. He's a scammer, apparently. So appreciate that, Surf. But yeah, this is a t-shirt that was given away at NFT NYC in 2022, I believe, when Artifact had their big warehouse party. If anybody else was there, let me know. It was a very, very fun party. Holders only event where you it was token gated to get in. Takashi Murakami was there, and there was all these dancers and free alcohol and free food. It was a really cool event. I'm still very pissed off at Artifact because of the way that they just totally dropped it. I guess it's not necessarily Artifact, it might be Nike, but either way, the way that things ended there, very frustrating, because I think there was a lot of long-term potential with that brand and things they could have done. I think Nike buying them actually killed their brand. But anyway, this is one of my favorite t-shirts. I love this shirt. And then I'll also share my screen, because the other reason I love this is because there is I would consider this a phygital, or there's a digital twin. So yeah, you also got an NFT associated with the physical t-shirt. So yeah, this is an NFT that I own in my wallet. Obviously they're not worth very much, but this is a t-shirt that I wear all the time. I get compliments on it almost every time I wear it. I love this shirt. So as a collectible, it's great. And then I had the digital twin as well. The Gagosian. Yeah, they did a whole art exhibit at the Gagosian. But yeah, so good memories associated with it. A lot of friends from the Artifact fam that I met at that event. So yeah, a lot of sentimental value associated with this the shirt, and then also with the digital collectible. Yeah, there we go. Some digital fashion, twinnage, we shall call it.
Yeah, I'm absolutely astonished at how much they crashed and burned. That shocked me. Absolutely shocked me.
Yeah.
That was one of the most hyped projects probably of all time. I mean, they were acquired by Nike for $2 billion.
Mm-hmm.
How do you abandon a project like that for $2 billion?
I truly don't know.
Yeah, it makes me wonder like who their advisors were. A lot of these big IP projects, I kind of look at and think like, and maybe I'm just delusional, but when these augmented reality, and look, say what you want about VV or not, there's not going to be enough AR and XR NFT content, so to speak. And there's a big difference in having just augmented reality stuff like on the PlayStation, when you're in kind of a sandbox, versus like the NFT type stuff.
Yep.
There's a big difference. And I know I'm opening up a can, the argument like those aren't NFTs and blah, blah, blah. Look, that's the dumbest argument on the planet. The bottom line is there's a big difference. And I'm telling you, people are going to flex that stuff. And I'm old, and I'm still I still think it's cool to flex. But the younger generations, that's going to be their norm. Like they're going to be like out there in their glasses, and everything is going to be overlaid. Digital is going to be overlaid over the real world, and it's going to be literally everything. Yep. And data is going to be constantly feeding in, and people are going to be wanting to show off their dragons and their whatever it is. And so like I don't see that as a 20-year from now thing. I see that as a few years off.
Yeah, once the AR technology is caught up, that's
and it's close now. It's close now.
Yeah, one of our favorite examples, and we've used it so many times. But if anyone doubts the future of augmented reality, just use this as an example. Pokemon Go, probably one of the most successful apps in history. We had 50 million people download the app in the first week, and you use your phone, you go around, and you're essentially using augmented reality on your phone. A very prehistoric version of augmented reality, but it shows the popularity of Pokemon and how excited they are about the idea of being able to go out in different places around the world and capture Pokemon, even if you're using your phone. Now imagine if it's augmented reality and you actually see the Pokemon characters running around, and you actually can throw an actual Pokeball out at them and capture them. And then you can train that character. It grows over time, becomes more valuable. You can either trade it, sell it as an NFT using NFT technology, or you can battle people. You can battle people in the parks, in your house. They can adapt to the environment and jump off the walls. It's going to be insane, guys, where this technology is going to go. And this is all going to happen. And absolutely. Pokemon will make billions of dollars from that type of technology.
Yeah. And I hate to shill them because people get pissed. Or Vivi. Think about this. Yeah. The Vivi-verse, what if Vivi, what the Vivis, I mean, they have to be talking about this. They have to. There's no way that they're not. But think about this. Your drop is not on the phone anymore. The drop is going to be at the local movie theater.
Yeah, you have to be like a geolocated location.
Yeah, exactly. Geolocated drop.
Like
and it's going to be augmented.
You have to be like in a McDonald's store or something like that in order to buy this McDonald's branded thing or whatever it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, so anybody who's not familiar with Vivi and what they can do right now, this is the type of technology that Vivi can do. These are all licensed collectibles that people own, and they're using them in augmented reality, along with the Viviverse as well. But yeah, that's something else we've been talking about too, Jason. Maybe even like Disneyland parks, being able to like use geolocation to allow people to purchase certain digital collectibles in parks. Like if you go to It's a Small World or go to different rides,
think about it.
you can control your crowds.
Yeah, exactly. You totally do. You're like, man, this side of the park is too busy. Hey guys, do a drop on the other side of the park.
Yes, and everybody
geolocated drop
over to Epcot. Yeah.
But I mean, think about it, because people don't think in terms of like partnerships and brand partnerships and all that other stuff. Like, Vivi is building, and there are other companies too. I'm just using that because one, your hat is in my face, and two, we all use Vivi on the regular. But like, think about it. People are going to do geolocated drops in augmented reality. So let's throw out a brand. A big brand that's a big recognizable brand that doesn't have an NFT presence. I don't know, McDonald's. I don't know if McDonald's has an NFT style presence. But if I was McDonald's and I was like, hey, I want to drop NFT collectibles and geolocate them to our restaurants, who do I get to do that? Well, what companies do that right now?
And who's going to go to McDonald's for an NFT drop and not get a burger while you're there?
Exactly. So think about it.
Lead to more sales. Like
they're gonna go to Vivi. They're gonna be like, hey, Vivi, you do this now.
Yeah.
So for me, like, I don't think people really. I'm not sure if people think through like the next 3 to 5 years and all of this stuff. The arguments that I see is, oh, this is not an NFT, and David sells his Omi every day, and all just this stuff that's just ridiculous. When the reality of it is, it could be it's going to be a multi-trillion-dollar industry. So it's like, okay, which digital companies are positioning themselves to get a piece of this multi-trillion-dollar market? And if we sit there and name them, who are we going to name? There's not that many. So it's like, okay, well, hello.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. And we have seen that Burger King, they didn't initially release NFTs, digital collectibles, before. In the past. You bought a Happy Meal and you can use a QR code and scan and download your digital collectible on the Suite app. That was kind of one of the first introductions, but McDonald's hasn't touched it yet, to your point, Jason. We haven't really seen it, to my knowledge. The only thing I have seen is that they've advertised Doodles. I have seen
the Doodles partnership. Yeah, which I guess hasn't like fully come. They've announced like an initial release of it, but we haven't seen the details yet.
Yeah.
But here's Vivi KFC combo meals. Oh, there we go. Yep.
I know you guys have this. But the people like brands like this, they're going to get first mover. These guys already have partnered with Vivi. And so, for me, it was a no brainer because like, I don't remember what we paid for these things, like $300, but like, and we got an NFT, which basically pays for it. But like, then you get a piece of artwork and this other stuff. But like, for $300, I may get something forever, for the rest of my life. They could do drops, they can do all kinds of cool stuff. But why I'm so bullish about something like this is because that's the model. The model is brands coming to Vivi and using them. And we've all talked about this on podcasts in the past, and we've talked about this, on private conversations. And people say, oh, they're not Amazon, they're not, but name me another NFT style company or whatever you want to call them. I don't care if you digital collectibles, non-NFT company. Name me another company that can be the facilitator between the physical, collectible space and the NFT, and the NFT space or the digital space in general. And there's not.
Yeah, and just have a track record of working with the biggest brands in the world when it comes to this kind of stuff.
It's like an absolute no-brainer. It's
what WAP is alluding to here is that Vivi did a collaboration with Fig Pin, which is a really cool pin company. Which up here I got is a VV Fing pin on one of my many badges from my many Comic-Con visits. But they did a collaboration with KFC and did a whole branded fig pin to KFC. So you have a digital that matches a digital twin, or digital that matches a physical twin of a physical pin with fig pin.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's amazing. I think it's cool, and it's not even a matter of being right or wrong. It's just we're gonna see it come to fruition. It's the wave of the future. It's where we're going. It's where everything is going. Everything is moving towards digital. Doesn't matter if it's boring data or digital collectibles. It's all moving digital. And quite frankly, a lot of companies are going to be looking at companies like, maybe it's not VV, maybe they look at, the other companies that are trying to do it in the space. But quite frankly, if companies are going to look at tokenizing from that perspective, and they're going to be looking at VV because there's not a whole lot of prevalent brands that are, paving the way right now. It's
and VV on their platform, even though it is Web 2.5, enforces royalties, which is not currently enforced on mainnet Ethereum. If you want to release an NFT on OpenSea or Blur, there's no way of actually enforcing that. It's all optional royalties. So
there's a million arguments that I see on both sides of the fence, but when when it comes down to it, the most important thing is this. And I know people are talking about like custody and blah blah blah. I get it. I want my own custody too, because if a company goes under and I can't have access to it in perpetuity, that sucks. But what trumps custody and number two is not close is onboarding the normal user, onboarding my grandmother. That's the biggest challenge in the space, is onboarding the regular user. And I'm sorry, they're not going to go out there and get a MetaMask wallet and figure contracts out and lock their seed phrases and do all this other stuff. They don't care.
But they'll load gems from Apple Pay.
They will click three buttons, buy some gems, and buy this little, buy Yoda's lightsaber, and then with their family members, but they're not going to do all the other hard stuff. And hopefully that's and look, it's going to be a future state. It's definitely going to be a future state, but that's the most important thing, onboarding normal users, and call it 2.5 or whatever you want to call it. That's the easiest and the easier way to onboard these folks.
100%. Real quick, I want to highlight some comments over on Pump Fun here. So we got Tomba83. What's up, guys? Here from VV. Love you guys. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for joining us on Pump Fun. It's funny to see people from the VV fam finding us on Pump Fun organically. It's kind of a weird thing. was not really expecting the crossover in those communities. But another one that I wanted to highlight that I thought was a really awesome comment. 7XWXGE said, "It's great to see the team values everyone's suggestions and take some action. Can't resist falling in love with such a sincere team." Appreciate that.
Thank you.
We try to be as authentic as possible. That's that's what we've been doing for the last few years, and plan on continuing with that. So glad it's coming across. And like we said, any suggestions? Like we're new to this stuff. We talk about collectibles. That's our thing. But launching a token is very new to us. So please, if you have suggestions, we will consider them. So send them out there. We might not do all of them, but we'll consider them. So but yeah, I appreciate that. And then another comment that I wanted to bring up, Sean, just because I thought it was funny. 3CCUA said, "Will y'all be in NYC this year?" And then Comic said, "Yes, Spencer will be there." And then 3CCUA said, "Awesome, no Sean this year."
Classic.
No, we wish Sean was at any year Comic-Con, but he's got a wedding to plan, so he's a busy boy.
I just replied, "Everyone wins."
Everyone wins.
That's amazing. Well, guys, this has been a lot of fun. I think it's time for a giveaway. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it's time. Yeah, we got 800 people here watching, so I appreciate you guys all joining us here today. I guess I got to get things set up on my side really quick, but this is your last chance to buy collect. I'm going to be pulling down the holder list from SoulScan. So if you have not purchased collect yet, All you have to purchase is minimum 1 token, and then that makes you eligible. The more tokens you own, the higher chance you have of winning. But yeah, I'm gonna get this set up right now. But yeah, this is kind of your last chance to be eligible to win $1,000 in Soul. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this all set up on my side to make sure it looks good.
And in the meantime, guys, remember tomorrow we are hosting another live stream. That's the bounty. That's not it either. It hasn't disappeared from me. 2 p.m. PST, we are going to host another episode of Question and Hang, where we just talk about another Hangout episode, where we talk about updates around the collecting space, we talk about record sales, we talk about interesting films that are coming out, different things like that in pop culture. A lot of fun conversations, and we answer your questions about collectibles. So make sure to jump on the live stream tomorrow at 2 p.m. PST.
Okay.
Here we go.
So I'm going to go ahead and actually, hold on. Let me share the window instead of the tab. Let's see if I can figure out which window it is.
And we'll show this controller. Somebody's called Zetsu from YouTube. I just looked them up. They have a good following on YouTube, and it looks like they're an anime. They asked to show the controller.
That's
nice. There we go.
So awesome. It's a chainsaw.
That's so sick.
Resident Evil 4 for PS2, and you can kind of see like what it looks like in there.
That's incredible, dude.
And you literally like, you know, when you play.
That's so wild.
With the chainsaw actually like goes off while you play?
Yeah, you literally hold it like a chainsaw. It's like a legit chainsaw. I mean, a small one. One.
That's incredible.
I got a couple like pieces that are like action-y pieces like that, where it's like a full. Actually, you want to see one more real quick? I'll show you one more.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Modern.
Yeah,
so here's a modern warfare.
Oh, we're the Matrix.
Wait, hold on. Make Jason big again. Nope, hold on. That's not right.
Spencer, what's happening?
So this is the modern.
Oh, okay.
Modern Warfare 2 Call of Duty. This is the Prestige Edition, and these are actual night. These are real night vision goggles.
Wow.
So these are legit the real night vision goggles.
Wow. I actually, you know what? I think I actually bought the. No, I bought the Xbox version, but those are real night vision goggles. Wow.
Yep, yeah, you literally can. Now this is factory sealed. I'm gonna obviously get it graded and all that, but yeah, and this one's doing pretty good too. So this is actually one that I bought. Buy two, get no joke. I bought two and got one free from Target. These were like $19.99 a piece, but I got this free, and today it's worth a lot more than that. So.
Wow. Jason, will you accept Zetsu as your son?
Maybe. I'm probably old enough to be most everybody's dad in here. I'm definitely old enough probably to be Spencer's dad.
Yeah, you're probably pretty close.
How old is your dad, Spencer?
Let's see. He would be 59 right now.
I can
okay. No, he's got a few years on me, but yeah. I'm close.
Yeah. Well, he's dead. So you can still fill in. I still need a dad. I don't have one right now. So okay, hold on.
I thought Sean was your dad.
Yeah.
No, I'm his daddy. It's different.
This is going to be one of the clips that gets clipped. It's going to be one of those automatically gets clipped because we're all laughing too hard.
I thought this was about collectibles.
Okay.
It sure was.
Let me do the good one. Hold on. All right. Window.
So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this live, guys, and explain the process, Spencer.
Yeah. So we're giving away $1,000 in Soul. The process is I'm gonna go to Soul Scan on our token here. Let's see. We have 510 holders right now. They may not all be eligible. Eligible holders will have one token or more. We have also gone ahead and excluded these two addresses right here. I forget which is which. One of these is the dev account, and one of these is the liquidity pool. So those are both being excluded. But yeah, basically, I'm going to download the CSV, load all of the holders into here, and then that will build out the pool down here. of basically what your token weighted percentage of probability will be based on the tokens. Everybody's capped at 1,000 tickets, so nobody has too much of an outsized allocation, I guess, of tickets. But people who own more tokens do have a higher chance. So that is basically how it's going to work. So I'm going to go ahead right now and download the CSV file. Let me make sure this is up to date. Download the CSV. We take that. You will probably not see what I'm doing, but I'm going to delete a couple things here. And then here we go.
So real quick, Spencer, I just want to point this out. So Brian brought up the point, the ticket cap should be infinite. Otherwise, what's the point of buying the token then?
Say it again.
He said the ticket cap should be infinite. Otherwise, what's the point of buying the token?
Buying any amount of the token makes you eligible. However, we don't want anybody to have too outsized of basically odds. If we didn't have a ticket cap, then some people would have basically 100,000 tickets, and then some people would only have one ticket or two tickets or three tickets. So this way there's a cap. So if you own a high percentage, so the way that it breaks down when I pull up the CSV, basically the top 100 or so holders will be capped out at that amount of the top 1,000 tickets. But everybody else, has scaled down a lower approach. So the reason we did it this way on a square root scale is that it allows everybody to get involved. Even somebody who owns as low as one ticket allows them to get involved, but it does scale up and you have a higher chance the more you own, but it doesn't become so outsized that the people who have a smaller amount have virtually zero chance, if that makes sense. Exactly. So we're trying to make this somewhat fair to everyone, but still give an advantage to people who have supported and who have decided to buy a little bit more than other people have. So I hope that makes sense. That is the way that we're approaching this. If you have feedback and you think there's a different way we should do this, let me know. We're happy to make changes and take all that stuff in consideration. But if you're seeing what my screen is doing right now, you just see me pasting all the token addresses here. You're still seeing all this, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So obviously you see some people have very large token balances. Some people have very low token balances. So these people who have quote unquote dust in their account, less than one token, will not be eligible. They will be excluded because of the minimum balance eligibility of 1. And then, anybody who has more will receive a higher balance. So if I do preview and build pool, that'll go ahead and give me that. So you see, all these top holders have 1,000, but there will be less. But here we go. We're going to pick the winner, and
the winner is
this address right here, ending in X4P. I'll go ahead and paste this in the chat. Congratulations to the winner. There we go.
There you go, Brian. There's the max 1,000 tickets you're looking for.
So you basically that person. If we pull this up here, so their odds was 0.3931, which maxed them out at 1,000 tickets to give them those odds. So still a good amount of chance, better chance than people with less tokens. But your balance of 2 million. Appreciate you. Spending that money, whatever you spent, in order to support the show and everything we're doing. But congratulations, whoever this may be. If this is you and you have to be here right now, let us know. We'd love to hear it. But there we go.
Just for clarification, again, this giveaway was the point of our token is not for this giveaway. This is a thank you for helping us with yesterday.
Yesterday we had an incredible outcome on the creator fees on the launch. So this is us giving back and just in appreciation of everything you guys have done.
Exactly. We're not giving back to the whales. That's done. We want to make sure everyone has an equal chance to participate.
Well, not an equal chance, but a
fair chance.
A square root logarithmic.
Whatever
the math is.
You know what I mean, right?
Brian, definitely see your perspective here. That 1% of supply should give you a 1% chance. We'll put some thought into this and see if that makes sense going forward in the future. We are going to do a ton of giveaways. I mean, the plan is to try to stream at least 5 days a week. we're going to be doing a bunch of giveaways. So we'll probably switch things up. We'll do things in different ways. We'll test it out. Maybe some giveaways will be weighted linearly based on token ownership. Some will be weighted, a little bit more fairly. This one, just because it was a big giveaway and so many people supported on the launch, we wanted to make sure everybody had a fair chance. But we will go ahead and do things a little bit differently, probably on different streams.
Definitely.
But appreciate you, Tito 420. What's going on?
We've been streaming a long time.
Yeah.
And Mountain of Books. If you got any tips and tricks in terms of us increasing visibility, let us know. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on our DMs. So yes, send us a DM if you have any input, or I guess any advice for us. We're happy to take feedback. Like I said, we're new to this. We're still figuring it out. So yeah. So let me see. Signifier, you said, and yes, we did boost it. We did a $100 boost on Deck Screener. So we did go ahead and do that. Not sure if it did anything, but we did go ahead and do that. But yeah. And then real quick, somebody asked, is this the contract address? Yes. Let me pull that up. But yes, that is the correct contract address right there. The 2GE ending in pump. That is the right one. We showed something else. I don't think we showed anything else. I'll post right here. I believe that's the same one that you just posted. Yeah.
I think what you showed was the winner. He might be confusing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. What we showed before here. Yeah, this is not the contract address. This is the address of the winner of the person who won $1,000 in Sol. So Sean, can you go ahead and send that out right now, just so that we can make sure.
Can you send the group chat, the private chat?
Yeah, let me do that real quick.
Man, there is so much spam and pump fun comments. I feel like the entire time I've just been trying to delete spam.
Deleting spam. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's just how it goes.
Classic.
But there we go. I just sent you the contract address ending in X4P for the winner of our $1,000 Sol giveaway.
All right.
So congratulations to the winner. If you are the winner and you have realized, reach out to us. We'd love to chat with you. Let us know that you won. It'd be very exciting for us to hear, and I think for the community to hear as well. But we will post the proof of the transaction that we sent the $1,000 in Sol on Twitter, just so that everything's transparent and you guys see everything. Yes. Cool. I'm not familiar with Creep Crew NFT, but definitely interested. Let me make a note right now to try to get in contact. But if you know them personally, that would be great. Surf, if you could connect us, if you want to send us a DM on Twitter or, however you think is best to connect with us. You can also send me a direct message on, on Telegram. This is my Telegram here. I'll post real quick. Yeah, so that's my Telegram. If you want to send me a direct message connecting us, that'd be great. Very open to collaborating with other groups and other projects in the space. We have some other things going on in the near future, showcasing some new, comic-related art and comic-related projects that are launching, both in the Solana ecosystem and then also, kind of in the more general ETH sphere as well. We're going to continue covering all this kind of stuff, and we'd love to collaborate. So yeah, send us either a DM on Twitter or send me a personal DM on my account on Telegram, and happy to chat with you and happy to connect with those guys. Thanks for letting us know about that. But yeah, we're looking to basically fill content and fill speakers and guests every day, for 5 days a week. So that is the goal for now. So if any of you have, I guess, just as people who are here in the community, if any of you guys have any ideas for speakers and guests on our show, please send those over. We're happy to do those and bring people on. If you think there's anybody who's doing anything really cool in the comic space or in the collectible space, we would love to showcase what they're doing. Also, if any of you are connected to any companies or brands in the collectible space who might be interested in getting involved with the utility of our token, we would also love to have that as well. So please connect us to any brands that might want to get involved in offering some kind of utility for our token. We would love to connect with them and build a partnership there. Yeah, I think that's kind of it.
Success.
All right. $1,000 has been sent to you. Congratulations,
guys. Yeah, congratulations to the winner. If you're watching this or you find out that you just received $1,000 from us, let us know. Shoot us a tweet. Tag us in a tweet or Instagram, something. Just let us know that you got it and that you're excited about it. It means a lot. Congratulations again, whoever you are, mystery person.
Yeah, Alex Castillo. We're definitely gonna be doing more giveaways in the future. Our live stream tomorrow, which is also it's at 2 p.m. PST, right, Sean?
2 p.m. PST. That's right.
Our live stream tomorrow at 2 p.m. PST. We're gonna have Sergio Collects on, who is the managing director of Fanable. So we're gonna be talking about a bunch of different cool stuff going on in the collectible space. Just updates, big recent sales. Generally a bunch of stuff that we think is exciting going on in the space. And then we'll also have Sergio on to talk about Fanable. But yeah, we're going to be doing at least probably 3 giveaways tomorrow, most likely on our channel. One with Fanable giving away one of their kiosk packs for a physical / digital comic, but basically a physical comic that's been secured in a Brinks vault and then tokenized as a digital. So we're going to be giving away one of these packs, which will have a physical comic inside of it. And then we'll also be giving away a VV digital collectible. And then we're also going to work on trying to figure out something else to give away as well to our holders. We definitely didn't earn as many creator, fees today as we did yesterday. So we kind of have to adjust the reward based on that, but we are definitely going to be continuing to do some really cool giveaways for you guys. We have stuff in our personal collections we'd love to give out. We have stuff with partners that they would love to give out. So we're going to be partnering with a lot of different people on this kind of stuff. And then for, I guess, people who may be joining us a little bit later, we have a lot of really cool utility that we're planning on building into our token. We're trying to make this the premium collecting hobby membership pass. So this is going to be something that is going to allow a lot of different perks within the collecting hobby. We want to do things like discounts, different promotions, free credits with our different partners, really just try to connect with as many different companies and brands within the space as possible, and then allow you to get exclusive access to the things that they're providing to their communities and to their fan bases and to, just the people who are buying their products. We're planning on doing a lot of token gated content and access to us as streamers and through our knowledge in the collecting space. If you're looking to get into collecting, it's a great way for you to, get a head start and meet us and talk about some of the things that we really care about and maybe get some of your questions answered on a one-on-one basis. We want to do things like collector concierge services where, if there's a collectible that you're looking to find, let's say you've been looking for this thing for 2 years, the specific comic book and the specific grade, you haven't been able to find it, we can use our connections and hopefully be able to find the thing that you've been looking for and hopefully be able to have you add it to your collection. We want to do, obviously, like we said, more giveaways. And then we're going to be having a charity component as well, where in honor of our co-host Kevin, who passed away about 6 months ago, going to be giving away a portion of the proceeds to charity in his honor. A lot of things that we're trying to build right now. That's just kind of a small piece of it and some of the things that we're willing to talk about right now. But yeah, we're fully committed to continuing to boost this thing and continuing to grow the token, continuing to grow the brand, and continuing to provide really cool utility to all you guys who are holders. So really appreciate everybody who is here today. And thanks for supporting everything that we've done so far.
Yeah, thanks everybody. It's been a blast. And look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And again, we're going to be giving away a couple mystery cases. We're also going to be giving away a VV digital collectible as well for during the live stream. So you need to be on either YouTube or Twitter to enter for that one. We generally ask a question from the live stream, impromptu, and the winner, whoever answers it, gets the collectible. we'll be doing a bit of an unboxing as well. So for the mystery case that we're going to be giving away, we're going to be unboxing it, and whatever is opened up, you get, and we're going to transfer it over to your account. So yeah, best of luck tomorrow, guys. It's going to be fun. So make sure to join us. It's going to be a great time. And thanks again for joining. A big shout out to our sponsor, Fanable. Appreciate you guys. And Upvote Crypto, thanks for joining us today. It was an absolute blast.
Yeah, thanks, Jason.
Always, man. Anytime.
All right, guys. Thanks so much again for joining. We'll see you on the next one.
See you tomorrow.